Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. We are live in Nashville, Tennessee with Mr. Rob O'Neill for his third annual charity golf events. Tell everybody the name of it and what it actually does, Rob.
Well, when I got out of the military, I learned how difficult it is to transition because once you leave the military, it doesn't have an interest in helping you. Yeah. And basically, I have kids, and I asked them what was the deal with healthcare. They said, well, that ends tonight at midnight. So you have to transition. It's difficult. And I know some guys that would rather go to combat than fill out a resume because combat makes sense to them and a resume doesn't, but they also don't realize the skills they have that they learned in the military, which are how to solve a problem, how to ask a question, how to handle stress, and how to calm the fuck down, basically, and
how to lead people.
Yeah, seriously, lead and be led.
Like, and there's a lot of managers and not a lot of leaders.
That's true, and they're willing to talk to each other.
Yeah.
So Special Operators Transition Foundation, we assist them with that, starting with where do you want to live, what industry do you want to get into, and there has yet to be an employer, a CEO, yet to not say this is the best employee I've ever had.
I believe you guys have something. This might be old data, but I'm sure it's still similar. But it's 97% placement rate, and 60% of your people get promoted within the first year.
That sounds about right.
So it's like the quality of people going. I mean, it's very obvious to us that they're quality people, but corporate America is finally starting to wake the fuck up.
Well, you're gonna, as opposed to getting someone that has a degree in some sort of psychology from some bullshit university. There's someone with on-the-job training that knows some shit. They'll teach them the job, and then they go from there.
You don't learn shit in school.
You learn it from doing.
I mean, you learn how to look things up on the internet. That's what I learned in the 8 years of college I attended. I learned how to look things up on the internet.
Look them up. Yeah, how to Google.
And how to organize a paper, I guess. But you could learn that on a weekend. Mm-hmm. So it's like airborne school.
I learned, hi, I'm Rob O'Neill. He, him. Yeah, that's about it. I got that one down. But yeah, so we're here, Old Hickory, Tennessee, at Old Hickory Golf Club, which is awesome.
Beautiful course.
It's a great
weather
course.
Couldn't be nicer. It's about 74 today.
This is the best weather this event's had in its 3 years.
Yeah.
Last year was a little hot. This year it's perfect.
Yeah,
so.
it's the planet's cooling down, so it's better for golf.
Well, global cooling is a big problem.
Yeah, it is.
Sure is, but they just passed a bill that'll help it, that Inflation Reduction Act.
Yeah, that's pretty good for the green energy and the golf as well.
Yeah. Watch that carbon footprint out there on the course and make sure to replace your divots. You got a huge new hit podcast on our network, The Operator. You're already booked out on ads for the rest of the year. I've never seen a show take off this fast. Why do you think it is that people are gravitating towards your show?
I think the Operator podcast is good because I just tell them I'm telling you my point of view from my former job as an operator, but everyone's an operator. Right now, I was a Navy SEAL, now I'm not, now I'm doing other stuff. That's operating. And doing anything you do day to day to either make yourself better, make someone else better, make your family better is an operator. And I can take any subject and just tell you what I think. And guess what? If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. If I'm right, I hope you listen. That's kind of it. It's a personal one-on-one or one-on-100. Here's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah. The overarching narrative is the attitude, right? The attitude about what you're talking about, expanding the meaning of the word operator beyond just getting into gunfights. Like, take control of your fucking life.
Take control of it, yeah.
You know
Don't be a professional victim.
No, be a professional at whatever you're doing.
Yes, yeah. For example, solving problems. We didn't have a table. We did this in a golf cart. Yeah. How hard was that? It took 3 of us to come up, 5 of us. Well, we came up with it.
They were watching, but it's like a mechanic. There's 2 dudes watching at all times, right?
What's the guy with the slow sign? Well, I can't do that without this. Yeah. But yeah, it's been good. It's been fun. I'm just able to give my points of view on whatever, and it seems to be catching on. It's good, and current events help up nasty times that we're in because of it being such a large planet but a small world. We can pretty much relate to everything from the Green New Deal / Inflation Reduction Act to all the nonsense in politics to. Even last night talking with my wife, we're watching, it doesn't matter which side of the aisle we're watching, I'm not going to say his name on television, and he's as a politician explaining the changes that are coming and blah, blah, fucking blah, and same shit, same people, bullshit. I can.
There's a good lyric from the band Lamb of God. It says, "This God that I worship, this demon I blame, conspire as one. They're exactly the same."
Fucking right.
And that's the best description of politicians I've ever heard.
That's really good. And Lamb of God, they probably said it that calm too.
No, they definitely didn't. No.
But it's people died that night
in a circle pit.
But the lyrics really ring true to this very day.
But we used to. I'm a member of this club, and we used to live nearby here. And a funny story is about working people and people doing their own thing. I was golfing on this hole by myself during the pandemic, which we are in Tennessee, so there really wasn't a pandemic. It was more, this is kind of a red state. But like all we would do is they would encourage us not to ride in the same golf carts, and then we couldn't use the pins because that spreads COVID. But I was on this hole, and I was by myself, and there was at the tee box was a decapitated, like a 2-foot rat laying there. And I was like, that's a weird thing for
is there
a hawk to
mafia
do.
around here?
Well, what happened is I went home to my wife, Jessica, and I said, Jess, you won't believe what I saw on the third hole, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, oh, they're doing construction there. Are they using union workers? And I said, I'll be damned. I don't,
Wow.
based on the decapitated rat, I'd say no.
Maybe not.
Unions are big, man. Fetterman is using that for his campaign.
Well, he's
And the hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
But he can't like stand upright or speak English right now, so that's a problem.
Well,
He sure can't.
that's just proof they're looking for the seats, though, because this guy obviously is having mental problems. But they're pushing him for the seat because it's the party line. It's the same bullshit where the far left with Democrats in office will say, well, if you don't toe the party line, we're running someone against you in the primaries. You'll lose that right off the bat because we're so...
It's a purity test.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. By the way, we're on the third hole, and I've always thought of the third hole as the butthole.
Well,
Is that right?
Have you?
Well,
I don't,
I'm
man.
not-
That's the first hole to me.
Not ranking wise, but you know.
Okay, gotcha.
Just
yeah,
for-
that's the first hole to me. If that one's closed, then I'll go for the
well,
other two.
depends on what kind of a night it is and how many guys you got with you.
Well,
That's true,
look,
yeah.
usually it starts with some hard AF seltzers and then leads to some harder cocaine. And gotta go anal first.
And-
sorry about this. There are ladies here. I apologize.
Well, it's our wives. It's fine.
It's yeah, we've all heard it. Dan calls it painal. That's painful anal.
Yeah.
No
See,
spit or lube.
I've heard it, the anal called God's condom.
It's the gay cheat code.
Yeah, and in Texas, that's all we have left, right? Otherwise, you got to drive 4 states over to get rid of that goddamn. thing.
That what's cool about being in the Navy, though. It limits your options. You got 2 holes.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Wow, we went from golf and unions to that.
I
Yeah,
know,
that
and I'm
will,
back here super spread out and flexible. Man, it might be my hole that's
Yeah,
getting
you're
filled here
in
on
danger
third.
for sure.
Here we are at the 3rd and 4th hole.
I know. Yeah, Jesus Christ. 4. Let's go for another hole. Speaking of your podcast, are you going to have guests? A lot of people are going to have guests on the show.
I think we will have guests eventually, and I think that'll be cool just to get other people's story from the questions that I would like to ask them, because I'm on social media. I like to hear what viewers and listeners want to hear and from whom. So we'll do it eventually. We not just yet, but yeah, we're going to look into that in the future for sure.
The one that keeps popping up is Don Shipley.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people asking for him. Why him specifically?
Well, there's 2 Don Shipleys. There's Don Shipley Jr. and Don Shipley, who was one of the first SEALs I met at SEAL Team 2, who was Senior Chief Don Shipley, they call him. He's famous on the internet for calling out fake SEALs. He's the guy that finds them. And he's one of the funniest guys I've ever met, one of the most charismatic guys I've ever met. And if they met Don Shipley, I'd be happy to have him. I would love to talk to him after all these years. And then DJ Shipley, his son, I worked with at The Command. And great dude. They've asked for him. He's got GBRS group, all that stuff, teaching tactics and whatnot. And those would both be really fun interviews just to see, just based on their past and their present, what they would think of everything. It'd be great interviews. I'd love to have them.
Yeah, and then you've been doing a lot of huge shows. I saw you on Meghan Kelly. Saw you on Gutfeld. You were really funny. The jokes sailed past his head in that
In
show.
Gutfeld's head?
Yes.
Well, he's teeny.
Yeah, he's a small man.
My God.
5'4", maybe.
There was some times where I was like, you understand what he's saying.
Greg
He's a comedian that got into politics. He's a fucking super funny guy.
He's smart as shit too, and his mind is going all the time.
Yeah.
If you miss him with a joke, he didn't care enough to pay attention. Smart dude.
Got it.
You know, he got
crushed on that show.
Thank you.
It was hilarious.
You know, his wife kicked him out of my wedding because I think he got caught smoking cigarettes with me.
Really?
Yeah, I took him out of there.
Oh,
Heaters?
You're a bad influence.
Yeah.
Just for smoking heaters?
I guess.
Are we there in this world
Well,
already?
you get married. That's it for fun.
It is, but a heater behind the garage after huffing some gasoline shouldn't be off limits.
Yeah.
I don't feel like.
Just spraying paint into a brown paper bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because if you take away all the vices, and I'm looking at you, Jessica, then you're out in the garage huffing potpourri through a dirty rag, and just trying to get off, reminiscing about old glories. And that sucks. You don't want that.
Getting head trauma just so you can feel something in your brain again, right?
Yeah. Taking all the padding out of a football helmet and just ramming it into a garage door over and over again just to feel alive. I'm just saying, let him have a heater, okay? If he wants to have a heater, have a heater.
That's a rumor. He left early.
You got to talk to Gutfeld's wife about that.
We do. We got a start time here in a couple minutes before you get out of here. Something that I find interesting, because I saw you on Joe Budden the other day.
Yes.
Great fucking
Thank
show.
you.
Jesus
He does a good
Christ.
job. That was a good interview.
It was a very good interview.
Because he and I are probably politically on opposite ends of the spectrum, but he was really open, very, very cool with the interview. And we started at the beginning and went till the end.
Well,
Not the end.
I think everybody's always going to be respectful of anybody in the military, usually. You're not going to go hard on the news against somebody who actually served overseas. What I found interesting about that interview is people are still so fascinated about you killing Osama bin Laden, and the way you tell the story, because I'm sure you've told it 1,000 times at this point, keeping it interesting and fresh and everything else. Like, he was locked in, and I mean, it looked like he was stunned for the first time in an interview.
Well, I don't think he'd heard that story before either. And what I have on my side that's good for me is if you tell the truth, you don't need to remember bullshit. The details are just there. That it is what is. That is what happened. And I mean, everything from, well, you killed a body double. And I would say, well, I killed someone that was in bed with bin Laden's wife, so either one of them fucking had it coming. That's basically how it went down.
Maybe he's a cuck.
He could have been. What we missed?
He was off site watching on video somewhere, pounding off in the closet. You don't know.
Even with because all the conspiracies come up about everything. It's like he could have been a body double. I didn't see the map that said we went to Pakistan. I don't know the pilots.
That's true.
Maybe I didn't see him throw the body. They said, "What if bin Laden's body is in formaldehyde in at CIA?" It's like, it could be.
It could have been like the Manchurian Candidate where Liev Schreiber and Denzel go off into the fucking middle of Iraq.
War as hell.
Yeah, and if you are killing body doubles, can you just take out Avril Lavigne's? I know there's a fake one out there. I'm kind of tired of her shit. And I think if you made a career out of that, of like, all right, we found out it wasn't really him. Now let's kill everybody else's body doubles.
Well, you know the conspiracy now coming out is they're not necessarily body doubled. They're lizard people.
Alex Jones said that.
Yeah, he said a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah, right, Rob, they're all lizard people. When you were over there was a towel on 80 people's heads.
You sound just like him. That's good.
I know. I do a pretty good Ajax. I don't want to yank my own
He got in some trouble, too. He's paying some cash.
Did he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah. Well, he said the bin Laden raid was a hoax, too, and we never did see the $50 million reward. I'm just saying he could dip into the coffer. He could dip into that conspiracy theater coffer a little deeper.
That would only pay his first lawsuit.
True.
I don't understand why there's a rule against members of the military collecting bounties. Doesn't that seem like it would incentivize you to do your job better?
Yeah, you think so. They say you're just doing your job. It's like, so does Congress. They get fucking paid, and they manage to get raises every year.
Well, take it easy, because Crenshaw says if you can't, get involved in some insider trading and you can't make money, what's the point of serving in Congress?
Well, that's true, too. It is amazing how people on that salary are worth a couple $100 million with mansions everywhere. It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts.
And what's crazy, too, is that since the planet's melting and the seas are rising, how they all managed to buy beachfront property.
Yeah. That makes sense.
The rest of us lizard people have to live in the trees.
That was Al Gore's first purchase. Same with Bernie Sanders, by the way.
Yeah.
Bought that house in cash.
He's got a couple houses.
He's got 12 minutes to live, so I don't think the planet's going to be gone by the time
I think Bernie Sanders' carbon footprint's about as wide as his forehead.
Yeah. We've got about 12 minutes to tee off.
I got to warm up,
where
too.
they can find you here.
At Old Hickory Golf Club. In where are we at? Did we say Nashville, Tennessee this time?
Not today necessarily.
Where you got to find me in life is at McHooyah, MCHOOYAH. That's Instagram and Twitter. That came up as a joke too because I don't think I was out of the Navy yet when a buddy said, "Hey, this Twitter thing came out. It's hilarious. You can be totally anonymous and you can just fuck with people." And I was like, "Well, Mick, because I'm an Irish dude, and Hooyah for buds, Mick Hooyah." And then my name leaked. And then I woke up with like 15,000 followers. Like, great, I'm McHooyah. But if you go to McHooyah, Linktree's there for all the podcasts, all that good stuff, and that's a lot of fun. If you want to hear what's what and the truth 100% of the time, that's it.
And you've got McHooyah tattooed on the small of your back as well, right?
Well, I got it on my ass, which is nice because I saved ink on. I don't need to put one of the O's in there.
Yeah,
it's not kind of nice.
Enough.
Yeah, I've got Asian writing tattooed on my ass. Just the full words, Asian
Just
writing.
the words.
I'm not kidding you, by the way.
I know, I believe it. I think
I'm
I've
dead
seen
serious.
it. I think I've seen it.
Yeah, I think you have as well.
Asian writing.
Check out the Operator Podcast. Download it on iTunes and Spotify. Please leave a review. That really, really helps for advertisers. Even though we sold out the rest of the year, it helps for next year, damn it. Review the Operator. Hell of a show. Hell of a man. Thanks for having us here for the third year in a row at your charity golf tournament. And best of luck today.
Thank you. Check out the Operator and check out Ross's ass.
All right, kids. We got the CEO of Armed Forces Brewing here on the show, Alan Beal, and then you know the other asshole, Ray Cashcare.
Former Navy SEAL.
Former Navy SEAL. Did you make your bed this morning, Ray?
I still get fucking emails and messages every day. Whenever I post something, someone goes, Dan won't do that. And this is my response. Fuck Dan Holloway.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. I'm tired of you. You haunt my dreams with the bed.
Yeah, I won't make a bed.
I know you won't.
Because it's fucking pointless.
I'm going to hire you a fucking maid so she makes your bed just to piss you off.
I have a maid. She doesn't touch the bed because I tell her not to.
Yeah. And it's why we're in an Airbnb right now, 4 bedrooms. None of us made the bed before we left. And you know what I said to him on the way out the door? I go, that's for fucking Ray.
If you would have taken a picture, I'll go over and take a shit on your bed if you do that.
What do you,
Wow,
Amber Heard
dude? You're going to hurt us?
I'll hurt you.
You're going to hurt locker us? My God, dude. Alan, huge fan of your beer, my man. This is everywhere right now. You're in the great state of Texas. You're in HEB. How did the fuck did you do that?
I'll tell you what, 197 stores, HEB supermarkets in Texas we got into. Yeah, we just got selected by Walmart and Sam's Club for their open call as well.
Congratulations, friend. Look, we're new to the business. You guys have been in it for a while. We've obviously got the Hard AF Seltzer. Any tips for us? Any recommendations as we keep growing?
Keep drinking hard seltzer, especially your guys, and let Dan Holloway drink that shit online.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Every time. I follow you guys on Instagram all the time, man.
Yeah.
We do a lot of dumb shit.
A lot of dumb shit. We did homeless advertising where we went down
It's actually called hobo-vertising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hub-overtising.
Yeah.
And what we did was we went to a bunch of homeless people in Austin. This is a true story, by the way. And we sent out some of our photographers, gave it out to all the homeless, and they posed with it. And then Facebook actually shut my account down for 48 hours. And they were like, hey, you're exploiting them. And I was like, no. I'm actually feeding them, and I'm getting them wasted. You're doing shit, Instagram. You didn't do anything for these guys. I'm at least giving them booze. And no lie, they shut my account down for 48 hours because of it. And then somebody in the company was like, maybe you guys shouldn't do that. I was like, no, we should do that. That's the best form of advertising.
We own the company. We're going to do whatever the fuck we want.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And for you personally, obviously Rob O'Neill's involved with it.
He is.
Is he an owner in the company?
He is.
He is.
He's one of the partners, yeah.
Okay, great. And then how many years have you guys been going so far?
So we launched our Special Hops IPA, which is a tribute to Navy SEALs.
Yep.
And you've got Rob, Ray, and McBee on there, Darren McBurnett on the label there. So we launched this during the Military Bowl in 2017, locally in Annapolis, when Navy played Virginia, and they kicked their ass like 57-0.
Yeah.
So that was a great launch, obviously.
absolutely.
And we haven't looked back, man.
So what's the end goal? Because, usually with booze companies, you're looking for a huge exit in a price, not because, you're looking to get rich and sell it immediately, but the bigger companies can come in and put millions and millions of cans in every single state, every single convenience store, all that other stuff. Is it a similar plan for you guys?
So we did it totally different. Most breweries, especially craft breweries, go hyper local, and then they branch out. We went right after the chains right away. We don't even have a brewing facility yet. We contract brew.
Really?
But our brewmasters won the Maryland Governor's Cup for brewing excellence. So these are our own recipes.
Oh, these are fantastic. So you own the IP on all these.
Yes.
Brewmaster Bob.
Great.
Yep, Brewmaster Bob.
You got to give him his credit. Motherfucker's legit.
He is
awesome.
legit. He is legit. Now for Ray.
Yes.
How many of these beers can you drink? You stay shredded all day. I see you on Instagram doing push-ups, sit-ups, everything else. You can't fucking chow down on an IPA all goddamn day long. When's the last time you had an IPA?
Well, I don't drink IPA, and when I do come to these events, I'm not going to bullshit you. Alan pulls me aside and says, and the conversation, the political is, hey, I don't want you drinking, but it's, look, motherfucker, you're representing my beer company. Don't get shithouse. So
Get that can in your hand, man.
So I do drink a couple. I won't drink more than a 6-pack while I'm here.
Okay. Because it'll ruin your own 6-pack, right?
No, just because I'll turn into an asshole and I'll get crazy and rip off my clothes. But no, dude, listen, if you work out hard, you can eat and drink what the fuck you want. You know this. We've talked about this.
We have talked about it, but you're the only guy who's been able to beat the system.
Because I just train harder and longer. I sleep less, work out harder. And listen, and Holloway's getting a taste of it. Be with a woman that's hotter than you that you have no business about. I mean, as a compliment. And you have no choice but to either work out or you're going to get left behind. So that's what I did with Trish.
Do you drag Trish to the gym with you? Because it seems like that's what it is.
Trish is at the gym at 5:30 in the morning every morning. I go to the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't I don't get the one thing that Dan and I don't agree on is fucking making the bed. But
Sure.
the one thing that we do agree on is I don't have to get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning to kick ass. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter what time a human being gets up. It's what you do when you get up. That's
I
what
kick
I
ass 24 hours of every fucking day, no matter when I wake up.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if I sleep for that whole 24 hours, I'm still better than everybody else.
And he's kicking ass in his dreams, dude.
Yeah.
But he looks like a dick while he does it, doesn't he? Because I mean, just like I saw Dan today, I'm like, hey, dude, you know, I was like happy to see him, try to give him a hug. He's like, what's up? I'm like,
I can't control that.
It's never, I'll say this. Being his partner on the show for years and years, that'll never change. Like, that is resting Dan face.
I would pay to see Dan climax, just to see what the face would be like. It'd be like, does anything happen?
Maybe I should start an OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Dude, I
where
will
it's just him
fucking be your
climaxing.
first subscriber. Swear to God.
$7.99 for the entry level, and then obviously like 16.
I'll give you $100 right
video.
now if you jerk off for me and let me watch.
Wow, that's
Cash.
some Louis
I got
C.K.
cash right
shit.
now.
That's
some
not that
Louis
much
C.K.
money.
shit. Yeah.
200.
No.
Dude, I'll jerk off for fucking $12.
Look at
I know
that.
you will.
Giorgio's pulling his pants
Giorgio's
down.
ready
He'd
to
do it
go.
for 80, dude.
Dude,
He'd
he
do it
actually
for
did.
80.
Boy, I just
I'll
saw
throw
his
in
ass.
500 right now.
Yeah.
You guys aren't rich enough to fucking make me come.
$700, I'll suck all 3 of your dicks.
Wow, look.
Hey, we're
I got 80
fucking
on me.
inflation. Look,
Yeah.
Giorgio's pulling money out.
Wait, are you paying us to suck our dicks?
I don't know what's happened. I don't know what has happened. Every time I get on this show, this shit gets twisted. I don't know what happened.
Either way, it's fine. Like, you know, sucking dick is sucking dick.
I shaved my balls for you, though.
You
So
sure
they're clean.
did.
I
You
feel
sure
like
did.
if you-
Man, we went from beer to sucking
don't
dick.
worry about that.
That's what happens.
I feel
You
like
start drinking.
If you pay to suck somebody else's dick, that's not even gay. You're paying for a service at that point.
Yep. And to your point, by the way, about Dan, the only time I've seen him remotely even crack a smile, was when we were at a college football game and the home team loses and he gets to see 100,000 people get the life sucked out of him. And it is like a deep sigh of relief where it's just like, oh, it's like paying off a credit card or something. Like he is just happy about life to see 100,000 people miserable. And that's as close as you'll get. Even when he comes, I bet it's just like, I'm done. I bet he just says, I'm done, and that's it, and moves on with his life.
Dan Holloway is a fucking acquired taste, brother. you love it. You're like me. You love me or hate me. The only difference is I just can't read you. I mean, I spent 14 years in the CIA, and I don't think I could break you.
There's
Just like
There's nothing
happy,
to read.
mad, glad, sad. That's it, man. That's all I get.
When I come, I just say the end.
The end.
end,
So
yeah.
you-
Get up
The
and
end.
walk out.
Bye. Bye. And that's all you do
what
there.
the fuck has happened on this show? It's just
Look,
taking.
Sorry, it always takes this turn.
I know.
What, are you shocked at this point?
Someone actually, I saw playing golf today. They were like, "Hey, you're the guy on Drinkin' Bros that showed up naked and like blew your ball hair." And Dan Holloway, I'm like, "Yeah, that's me.
That's you, yeah.
That's like my moment in glory."
Well, that, and then last year at this tournament, Kid Rock hit a
No,
ball.
that was 2 years ago.
Oh, no,
2 years.
John
John
Daly.
Daly.
John Daly hit a ball out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And then to this day, because that video went massively viral.
It did, yeah.
I think like 8 or 9 million views. And to this day, I've always tell people, because they're like, hey, weren't you there? And I was like, yeah, we were there. And we did the whole thing with him. But John didn't tell him when he was going to hit the ball out of his mouth. He just did it.
Yeah, but you don't tell somebody when you're going to rip the Band-Aid either.
But I'll make a
Right?
deal, and I'll
'Cause they'll
say it right
flinch.
now. I've invited you guys, and I'll call it right out here in public,
Sure.
to the Bone Frog Classic. I want you guys to come up and be the only podcast there because we love you guys. And John Daly is actually planning on hitting a ball out of my ass. I don't know if I'm going to be on all fours.
Is he gonna hit it with a
or
wedge?
Huh?
Is he using a wedge?
Is there a tee or is he
I
hitting
don't
it
know.
with a
I
wedge?
don't know what John does or how he does it. Isn't there some fucking guy here that like drives balls out of people's mouths too?
Probably. I don't know.
There's
but
like some professional, but
Daly's got
John,
like 13 career
when John did it, he was
hole-in-one
drunk as
holes in
fuck.
one.
So I don't know who this guy is. He's probably sober, but he was drunk. I was drunk. And it was a monumental day because it's the first time I've ever had chip beef and gravy in my life. And me and Bob Ritchie, Kid Rock, started drinking.
You
at
never had
7:30.
shit on shingles in the Navy?
Nope.
How's
I
that
never ate that
possible?
shit.
You never on a float?
Nope. I did, but I
Really?
never ate that shit. No, I was never floated. I was a SEAL. We don't do that shit.
Okay.
Good for
So, by the way, speaking of Bone Frog, so Dion, the owner-operator of F1 Firearms,
Yeah.
who we love, Dion's been on the show numerous times. Talked to him 2 days ago because you had called and Dion had called, and we just finished the show. And
Thanks for calling me back, Dick.
Well, here's the thing. Dion called right after you. And I said, and he goes, hey, did Ray call you? And I go, he did. We were recording a show. And he goes, oh, cool. I'm calling about Ray and his thing. Can you guys be there? And I was like, great. When is it? And he goes, it's next week.
Which it's really October 15th, just so everybody knows.
Not even close.
Not even close. Not even
Dion
ballpark.
wasn't even close. And I go, Dion, our flight back is Tuesday, bro. And I was like, that's too tight of a turnaround. And he goes, oh, man, I got a room there and everything else. Sorry you can't make it. Moved on with his life. right? You're saying it's a month from now.
It's a month away, and we'll take care of you guys to come up. We'll talk offline, but I want you there. I'm emceeing it. I want you there.
Yeah.
And I will guarantee you, I'll say it right now, I'll guarantee it. I will have Jim McMahon from the Chicago Bears if he's supposed to show up.
Jim's been on the show before. You know that,
Yep,
right?
we'll have him,
Great
and we'll
guy.
have John Daly on. I guarantee it.
Jim
That's
and
my
John
word.
have been on the show. Both great guys, by the way.
Other than that, I'm the most famous person there, besides fucking whatever his name is, Rob O'Neill, whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, besides Rob, it's you.
Yeah,
it's
me,
you.
Me, the Ray Care Show.
Is there any part of you that wishes it was you that killed Bin Laden?
Every fucking part of me. I tell Rob every day, I said, if I killed Osama bin Laden, literally, they would have statues, we would have national holidays, everything. The world would be a different place. He doesn't showcase it enough. I would do nothing. I would have people wiping my ass. I would do nothing.
Yeah, no, and I know that, Ray.
Oh, I would.
We all know that.
Yeah, I try to do it now, but the wife is like, you're an idiot. No.
Yeah, and then because you got to lead with that, right?
Everything.
Every
it would
time
be
I
Ray
call
Cashcare, former Navy SEAL, who killed. And if you listen to Rob now, he says, I'm Robert J. O'Neill, SEAL Team 6 operator. I killed Osama bin Laden. He stole that shit from the Ray Cashcare, former Navy SEAL.
But he actually did it.
That doesn't matter. He copied me. Fuck you. Yeah, I should get money every time he says that.
Oh, it's so good. And look, with you, if you would have done it, I think you'd be dead by now.
Oh, I would have fucking went to Thailand for like a year.
Yes, dude.
Oh, my God.
You'd be married to some fucking lady boy.
100%.
Severe coke habit.
Severe coke
I
habit.
am married
all
to a
of it.
lady boy.
on
No, I'm kidding.
Amazon
I'm married to my
Prime
wife,
when it-
Tricia.
Yeah.
But there would be body cam footage on TMZ of you getting a DUI.
No, he would be in
Coke
Russia.
all over your nose, and it's you talking to the cops saying, "Do you know who I am? I'm Ray Cashcare, former Navy SEAL, kid Osama bin Laden."
I would party with every single fucking rock star porn star who parties on this planet. I mean,
Hunter
I
Biden.
would literally I would bathe in Coke.
Hunter Biden, yeah.
Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be the
Smoke
Hunter
crack
Biden.
with Hunter Biden,
Christ.
yeah.
What? He smoked crack with some young ladies, and that's what
Hey,
he
that's
did.
the president's son. You can't say that.
Well, we can and we did. We
I can
showed
say
his whole
whatever I
goddamn
want,
catalog.
and if there's somebody out there that thinks they can stop me from saying things,
Yeah,
I'm like, wow.
you're welcome. It's the beer that
beer.
sent us.
It's the beer. Cheers.
It's the armed forces beer that oh boy, this really turned
I don't
dark.
know how this guy hasn't fucking fired me yet.
we went off the
Oh,
rails pretty
shit.
fast here. Yeah.
Really, really quickly. Do you think Hunter's had this?
Hell no. No way.
Why
Now, he
not?
may have used an empty
No,
can
it's
to
just
smoke crack
preempt
out
we
of it,
the
but-
people. not we the strippers.
There you go.
Well, we the Russian prostitutes. I think.
Exactly.
There you
Yeah, we the Ukrainian government. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some fucking deals done here. Shit's getting crazy out there. How's the support for the military these days? Because look, Dan and I talk about it on the show all the time. They're having a hard time getting recruits to sign up for the military these days. Are people supporting the beer? And how is the support out in the community for military amongst like civilians?
We're getting great support. We've aligned our preamble with the John Daly Major Ed Heart of Lion Foundation. So when you go and buy this beer and our preamble apparel,
Okay.
we're going to donate to them. But as far as recruiting and stuff in the military,
Yeah.
I think they're taking a big hit right now because they're so fucking woke.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No one wants
it
to
is.
get something shot in
Absolutely.
them that they don't know what it is. Everybody's woke. You got the he, she, shims. I could go on and on. I mean, I don't care. I mean, that's why I run all these masculinity classes because I'm seeing. I was walking down the street the other day and I saw a grown ass man that looked like this guy with the beard that's fucking big with the tattoos wearing a fucking like a flower dress.
Yeah.
Like, and he wasn't, and it's not Halloween.
No.
And he wasn't. I mean, if you want to dress up like that for your old lady, it gets her off great. But in public, like earrings, and I was like, I look at my wife and she's like, "Don't look at him." I'm like, "What's he gonna do? Whoop my ass in a dress?"
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
That would be the most embarrassing
Oh my!
moment.
I would kill myself if I got
holy
my ass whooped by a
shit.
guy in a dress.
Yeah.
I would kill myself.
That actually, we should get Tim Kennedy to dress up in a
No.
dress and just go out and whip people's asses.
God, it'd be great. Yeah,
Yeah.
Giorgio
That would be
do
a
it
great
for
fucking
he
sure.
looked like
reality.
fucking Klinger off of MASH because he's so
Yeah.
fucking hairy. Remember Klinger?
Oh boy.
For what
God, I
I've
hope Tim
read,
Kennedy doesn't hear that.
from what I've read, the Air Force is really woke right now. They're making headlines all over the place. Right
Well,
now.
Yeah, that's some weird shit.
there was a statement by Don Jr. and Ray. I'll ask you this: being a former Navy SEAL, obviously, are you taking a pic mid-show? There we go. Boom. With that, Don Jr. said Navy SEALs spend more time in diversity training than they do actually shooting weapons. True or false on that statement?
No, false.
False. It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
false.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what diversity training. Remember what's an old
sensitivity training, diversity training.
I went to training when I almost lost. Well, when I got in a bar fight, I had to go to like an alcohol. SEALs go to training after they fuck up. You don't go to training beforehand. Shooting and stuff, yes, but like drug and alcohol or things like that, that's after the fact.
Okay.
But yeah, that's not true.
So, okay, let's say it's now, right?
Yeah.
You're a young kid. You're 18 years old.
Wow. That's
do you want to join? Do you want to do the same thing you did at this age during this time period now in 2022?
God, I hate to answer this. Probably not. No, because I don't want to get a shot, and I don't. The world has changed. I mean, and I don't like I'm not being a dick. I don't like the way it's changing. I mean, perfect example. I can use Dan, right? I mean, who here is the oldest besides me? You're older than me. How old are you?
33.
How old are you?
Nope.
Yeah.
No, he's.
You're older than that, motherfucker. Unless you have.
Tops 33.
I'm 41.
We don't really know.
41.
Perfect. I'm 50. If me and you had a problem back in the day, I'm not saying who would win. We go outside, we fucking talk, or we swing. Do you agree? And then when it's over with, it's done.
Yeah.
Nowadays,
that's pretty much the end of it. Yeah.
You're suing people. You're fucking body shame. I mean, good God, body shaming. I mean, everybody. There's all these shamings and all this shit. I don't understand the world right now, and that's why you either love me or I run my courses, and I'm the Instagram villain. I yell at men. Here you go. On my Instagram, and I have military vets fucking bitching at me. I'm like, motherfucker, you were a Ranger. You were a fucking SEAL. You were recon. Unless you went to a different... I was told I was a piece of shit every day in Bud's training and that they were going to make me quit and I was useless. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing that. I thank you. I love being told I'm worthless and shit because I prove motherfuckers wrong. Now it's like, you can't say that to people. Yes, I can. If you're a dick, you're a dick. Like the one thing I have a father-son program. This is what I tell young men. You can have a dick and be a pussy. And they go, what does that mean? I'm like, if you don't treat women with respect, if you don't learn how to fucking fight, if you don't learn how to honor fucking people, if you don't love the red, white, and blue, then you're a fucking pussy. And people were offended by that. But back in the day, I would have got a handshake and a fucking high five from other men.
Yeah.
So I don't like to get serious on here because nobody joke around, but all this, I didn't even understand what woke was. When people were like, dude, woke, I was like, yeah, woke. And they're like, no, woke's not. I thought woke was like the new cool thing that meant like badass. And they're like, no, it means, and when they told me it, I was like, oh no, I can't say that.
Yeah.
And it's a dumb word.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dumb word.
So hearing all this and knowing what you know and what the training is actually like and everything else, and I've asked Dan this question before in the past, how would our U.S. military fare if we did get in another world war with Russia or China?
I still think our special operations groups that we have are still badass. I do, and I'm never going to take anything from them. I mean, and I don't give a fuck what branch you're in. I still think we have the baddest military on planet Earth. We have the best resources, but with certain countries, sometimes it's a numbers game, and it would depend on where we took the fight. If we're fighting offshore, if we're shooting in, but like, if we went to China and we're fighting fucking man on man, I don't know how that would go. Like if we had to strap the bayonets on and go old school, old school, I don't know. But if we could use technology and still use, because we are masters of fucking craft of what we do. That's what's so great about us. Using our assets, our air, our fucking, submarines launching, and using our ships, I think we're still the baddest motherfuckers on planet Earth. But I don't know for how long.
So, and that's exactly what Dan has said. He said, look, if we did get into a conflict with China or Russia, we would absolutely win, and it wouldn't be close now. My biggest fear, though, is that the way society and culture is heading, that we make all of these fucking men growing up betas, and then by the time we actually get into a real fucking conflict, let's say 20 or 30 years, then we're fucked. Because of the way we're raising them and the way society is and what we're teaching in textbooks and everything else. And that's my biggest fear. But luckily, I'll be dead by then, and it probably won't matter.
And it's one of the few times I'll actually agree with Dan Holloway. I agree with what he's saying. I mean, he's a smart guy. He's a tactician, and I give him that. But, yeah, I mean, you can have 12,000 troops on the fucking ground, but if they're a bunch of sissies and they're fucking retreating, they're not doing what they need to do, right? Yeah. So, you need to stay in the fight. You need to be a tactician, know when to shoot, move, communicate, bound, peel, do ground stuff. So, yeah, and a lot of that, you've got to have the fucking heart of a lion. And now, I don't know, I just don't, I think people are joining the military for the wrong reasons now. A lot of times it seems, I mean, maybe Dan will agree, people are joining the military now because they have no other option or this or that. I joined the military because I wanted to be the fucking best.
That's what happens when when society loses faith in the institution, you get the dregs of humanity that join for any kind of service like that.
Yes, sir.
That's just the way it goes.
Well, I'm 58 years old. This is the first time in my lifetime that I've ever had to question the ability or the readiness of the military because of the leadership from the top. You know, first time ever in my lifetime.
Ever.
Yeah, it's a strange world out there. I'm not sure how it's all going to shake out in the end. If something drastic doesn't happen amongst our leadership, in particular the president and then all the way down, I think we're fucked in 30 to 40 years. Again, I'm not going to be around to see it, but my kids will be, unfortunately, and that's what sucks as a parent. And that's why I ask these questions, because you guys have been through it. And, you know, back in the day when you guys were doing it, it was the hardest men on the planet. Whatever the fuck happened, right? If there was a discipline problem, you guys handled it on your own. And you didn't go to the media. You didn't fucking sue. You didn't make a Me Too movement of it where it was just like, oh, my God, what are they doing to us here? It's unfair. And it was like, no, it's not. And that's how you train badasses to protect our fucking country. Now it's a whole different goddamn ball game. And it sucks to see and it sucks to hear from guys like you. Because just to hear you say, hey, dude, I wouldn't go back and do it now is depressing as shit. It is.
Times have changed. And like I said, I don't think they're changing for the good, right? For me personally, with my values and my core, my morals, I just don't like the way things are going. You know, I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go on, like I was up in New York, you're sitting on the subway, I see a pregnant lady standing up, and there's fucking like all these kids sitting down. And I'm like, I'm the guy that's like, hey, get the fuck up. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. There's a pregnant lady.
Yeah.
People look at you like you're crazy. I'm like, she's pregnant.
Yeah.
You know, you came into this world through someone's legs. Dude, get up and show some fucking, some honor and some fucking compassion for this lady. And guess who's standing? I can't punch him in the face because you even yell at a kid now, they're going to sue you.
Yep.
So guess who? I stand up and here, take my seat, please.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you wouldn't even think twice about that. You'd have someone else. Get your ass up, boy. Like if you're, sit down, you're fucking 15, 16 years old. It sickens me. I don't want to get real political here, but
that's fine.
It just
and I don't give a fuck.
Pisses me off.
But it takes a guy like you to actually say it on the subway for somebody to actually do something. Because let's face it, you're not fighting Ray Cash Care on a goddamn subway in New York City. You're getting your fucking ass worked, right?
Well, it's just, but it shouldn't even come to that. And what really sickens me is when you say that back in the day. If I said that, like three of you would be like, yeah, get up. You have other men looking at you like you're fucking crazy.
Yep.
Like, you shouldn't say that. And I'll tell everybody, I'll fight each one of you one at a fucking time, but let this woman sit down. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking like little belly. I'm talking like she's getting ready to pop.
Yeah, third trimester.
And she's like sweating and it's hot and it's like, here, ma'am, take my seat.
Yeah.
Fucking pisses me off.
Yeah. World is changing. We need more brands like Armed Forces Brewery out there, helping veterans and everything else. Tell everybody where they can find your products.
So they can find us at www.armedforcesbrewingco.com. Mm-hmm. We're distributed in Maryland, Virginia, Texas, Rhode Island, and we are about to launch into Florida November 1st.
Congratulations.
We're going into Walmart, Sam's Club, and a whole bunch of other chains.
Cheers. Well, I will be live in Florida as well in a couple weeks. We're live in Tennessee, and I think 95 stores right now. Look, I can say as a business owner, and Dan can back this up, it's really fucking hard when you have an RTD and it's new to the space and you need marketing and everything else. Great beer. Cheers to all you guys are doing. Does a certain amount of proceeds go to charity here?
They do. We've linked our preamble, We the People Light Session Lager with the John Daly Major Ed Heart of Lion Foundation.
Okay.
So a percentage of our profits from this, we're going to donate every quarter to that organization.
All right.
They do
We
such
sell a lot of
great
fucking
veteran
beer.
outreach.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Cheers. Well, hey, thank you for being here, guys. Ray Cash Care. Bet is still unmade. Don't care.
Fuck you both.
Don't care.
Thanks
Now
to
we
you
love
guys, too, for what you guys are doing out there for America.
We appreciate it.
Without a doubt.
We're on Monday through Friday. Least we can do is go on and talk shit for a couple hours a day. And hopefully we're making some small difference as well as you guys, too. We appreciate you being here today.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, boys.
We rolling.
We hate it.
Patrol and they're trying to get us
riding dirty. Riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty. Yeah.
Well, you got a good tone.
Thank you very much.
You've been obviously trained.
I have
to like sing on key.
Yep, I sure have.
Yeah, he was
spent a lot of time at Michael Jackson's house. Now I had to grab the front post of the bed a lot. I got my asshole licked. But
he had a bed.
That happened. Well, it was MJ's house.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
I'm glad you can call him MJ now.
Well, I know him on
You
that level.
waited. You waited. You knew him.
If you get your ass
You know he's
licked,
not here anymore.
R.I.P. But if you get your ass licked by Michael Jackson, you get to call him MJ. And that's what his handlers told me. Hey, you've earned it.
Well, what Michael Jackson told me was...
What did he say?
I think it's going to get worse now.
Oh, it's going to get
guys.
a lot worse.
Yeah, never mind.
Did you ever get touched by Michael Jackson? And if not, do you look back on it and be like, oh, man, I wish I was better looking as a kid?
No and yes. Yeah, I definitely never got touched. I love Michael. We did a lot with Michael.
I know you did.
But, at no point did I ever see any of the craziness or any of that stuff. Plus, like I said, but we also...
Go ahead.
I don't want to go there, but
fire away.
we also had guys where I was like, wow, why isn't that happening to me? And they're like, oh, because you're not good looking. So
Yes.
it was a little bit of both.
Yeah, it sure was.
So it's a blessing in a disguise.
What are you smoking there? Is that a Padron? What is that?
No,
Yeah, what do you got
it's,
there? What kind of cigar is that?
Reserve, Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, perfect. DiCaprio
Would you
made
going to
that.
call it a RJ?
Romeo and Juliet. No.
So you've had a rim job by a RJ because you just used his initials?
Yeah, we wish.
Once you knew somebody's initials, apparently, if you can call him MJ, you can call him RJ's, and you had a rim job.
You can, and I would take one by DiCaprio. I'm not even gay.
I agree with that 100%.
Benicio del Toro is the classic rim job guy.
Another one. That's a good one.
Rimmers for Benicio.
Yeah.
You know that. Like, there's a couple guys in Hollywood.
That's his kink.
That's his kink.
He
that
just
only
wants to
do
eat
rimmers.
ass all the time.
Yep.
Well, but there's some point where you got to realize how many guys you would take a rim job from and go, well, maybe I do have to second guess.
100%. But I'll go less facial hair. Like you, I wouldn't do it. It's too scratchy.
Yeah. Oh,
You're
yeah.
gonna scratch at my whole aasshole.
Yeah.
I got to go
For
with a
sure.
clean-shaven guy.
Right.
I got to go with Owen Wilson.
Good. Oh, all right.
Do you ever see him with a beard? Mustache?
no.
Nothing?
I think I'd go like a
Smooth.
Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite because that dude can't.
Yeah, I
He's not
grown a
growing any
mustache, I
real-
think.
Yeah, but he's not growing any real facial hair. That's just
Yeah.
wispy. It's a wisp.
That's
Yeah.
a mask.
Yeah.
Sure is.
It
I
is.
want to be honest. Last time you were on the show,
I got canceled.
you got canceled, obviously.
So
And you're
thanks
gonna-
for having me back.
Well, we're gonna
so I can get
re-cancel
canceled
you.
even more.
We're going to re-cancel you here.
Perfect. That's fine.
But you gave me the answer I've been looking for my entire life, and I want to thank you for that. You're
welcome.
It is possible to get unbelievably rich and be happy. Where I've seen a lot of celebrities who are rich, and it just didn't satisfy their shit. After the show was over, no lie, I went home and told my wife, I go, Chris answered all the goddamn questions.
Okay,
and it
but
was
you know what?
amazing."
You know what? That's the trick. The unbelievably rich part. Because I'm just rich. Like, not unbelievably rich.
It's a lot.
Nah, it's not as much as you'd think.
50?
About maybe $65 a week. How much? What do you mean?
50 million. 50
Million?
total, yeah.
How
in the
much
50s.
do we gross?
Well, you personally, you're in the 50s, right?
No, I'm just gross.
Okay, you're just gross? All right.
No, I don't really, I don't put a number. I mean, you could Google my net worth or whatever. It might be like, $68.95 or somewhere
Sure.
around there.
Look, I understand.
I don't know if they round up. See, that's what sucks. They don't round up.
To 69,
95
right?
cents, really? You had to say 95 cents? Couldn't go with $60, $70?
It's a
You
marketing.
couldn't do
It's a
it.
marketing device because people only pay attention to the first two numbers.
Yep.
That's why you do it.
They sure do.
That's how I used to. Never mind.
By the way, I understand your shadiness. Biden just hired 87,000 IRS agents. You don't want them coming after you. Me neither.
Yeah.
Okay? So keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's over 50. And I told my wife, no lie, after the show was over, I go, that's the happiest celebrity I've ever seen. And I'm glad I got to do the show because usually everybody's miserable
Rock's
about
here.
something. Rob?
Rock's way above that.
The Rock?
But he's kind of
Kid Rock.
he's receding.
Kid Rock, but
he doesn't
he's
want to do
miserable.
any media anymore.
Yeah, he's
He is
miserable.
not
No, he's not
miserable.
Sure is.
He's not miserable. He doesn't want to
He
do
is not miserable.
Kind
He is
of.
the happiest.
Yeah. He's having a good time.
He's having a good
hanging
time.
out with his kids and shit.
But I think
Yeah.
there's still something missing where it's just like, hey, with you, there's
First of
nothing
all, for
missing.
all of us
There's
to
nothing
be where
missing.
we are, there's a ton missing.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's missing from yours? One thing.
One thing that's
Because I
missing.
know everybody hammers about, oh, Justin Timberlake, and that's all fine, right? But you made all the things. You did all the tours. You had all the women. You did all the shit. Who fucking cares at that
Well,
point?
I'm still trying to figure out which one Timberlake was.
Right. He
Which
was
one was
the blonde one,
Is he the one that wrote the book?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so, right?
No, he's not the one that wrote the book.
Not at all.
Who wrote the book?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah, oh,
Jesus.
Jesus. That's
No,
right. He
actually,
wrote the Bible.
Jesus-
Oh yeah,
didn't write-
Jesus. That guy. Let me
Jesus
tell you
didn't write
what.
any of the
Let me tell you
Bible.
what. That guy.
He didn't write the
Class act, bro. That
You're
guy was.
taking a real hard stand right now. You sure
I'm
you
telling you right now, I'm gonna get canceled
You better
again
calm down, dude.
Yeah.
by people who don't believe in him. But I will tell you,
Through Christ, anything is possible.
right?
Sure.
This just became a
Fucking Jimmy
TBN,
Swaggart over here.
TCN,
TBN, yeah.
TBN.
TBN show. I kind of figured when I walked over,
You
this
were
was
like,
a
"Oh, hey,
TBN
that guy looks a lot
kind of
like
thing
Joel
again. Here we
Osteen."
go.
I wonder what we're gonna get into.
What a great
today.
guy, though. Am I right?
Oh, he's
he
the
loves
biggest
his
cunt in the
Lord.
fucking world.
Boy, he strangle baits at home.
I'm totally getting canceled.
That dude, he kills
chokes
cats.
himself
He
out,
kills
and he
cats on the
kills
weekends
cats.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like anybody
well,
that
who
can
likes
look at-
cats, though?
hate
Seriously.
cats.
Enough, I guess.
So,
cats.
are you really mad at him for that,
I'm
or
not for
is there other
I think
things?
I think it's a bad sign.
So do I. And I've got two
Right.
boys, and I said, look, my oldest one was like, hey, can we get a cat? I was like, you want to suck your own dick? No, we're not getting a goddamn cat, because that's what happens.
Just send
when
him to
you get
yoga
cats.
for that.
Yes. Send him to yoga. You don't need a fucking
Hold on.
cat for
First of
that.
all, if he could do that,
Right.
you should be like, more power to you.
Yeah.
I would. But,
Second of
but
all,
not at
why would
8.
you threaten somebody with sucking their own dick?
Not at 8 years old. You need to be
If
a
I
little
could do it
older.
at 8 years old, I wouldn't have needed to be in a boy band, bro. I would have been
true,
just
yeah.
like, hey,
Sure wouldn't.
check this video out I took of myself when I was 8 years old.
I mean, you can make an
do you
OnlyFans now.
guys-
Shit.
All right, back to the
We definitely bring
back
out
to
the
Michael
worst.
Jackson. Let's get like
Let-
non-political
yeah,
here.
Let's get non-political. Let's go into Michael Jackson licking kids' assholes. If he was alive today and he was on your OnlyFans, how much would you be making a month?
If Michael was on my OnlyFans,
Yep. Just doing what he does.
or if Michael was on OnlyFans, I don't
with
understand.
you personally. Like you're in a boy band. Boom.
Okay.
MJ's
Little
with
Scorpion.
you, and you guys are kind of doing.
Okay,
some
but
stuff.
again, Michael would have been like, and again, I don't.
You weren't famous young enough.
Right.
For Michael to
Right,
give
I was
a-
old enough.
Yeah,
I
you-
was
what were you, like,
old.
17 or
I
18?
scared everybody.
You were like
No shit.
17, 18?
Yeah, I
right?
was out there. I was like 23, 24.
Who was the youngest?
I knew better.
Who was the youngest? Because Nick was the youngest
Justin.
on Backstreet, right?
Yeah, Justin was
yeah,
young.
Nick was 16 when they started. Justin, how was he?
Justin was
Yeah.
14.
Oh my God!
I was
he
like
really that
23.
young?
I was 23. Justin was 14,
Oh, it's perfect.
which was the most awkward phone call on the planet.
Was
Like,
it?
hey, I'm going, Mom. I'm going
To
out
Justin's
to hang out
mom.
with this
No, to
14-year-old.
Justin's mom. Hey, I'm starting this band. I don't know if Justin would be interested, but I'd really love for you to fly to Orlando and like live with a bunch of older guys and
Look, Usher figured it out with Bieber.
sing like.
Yeah.
Usher was like 35, and he got Bieber when he was what 13, I
13
think,
or 14?
off YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, Usher got. I
yeah,
thought. I
discovered
thought.
him, yeah.
Usher discovered him
yeah.
off of YouTube, pulled him off
And
there.
hooked him up with his recording
got him.
label, and they, yeah.
But with you, yeah, a 23-year-old man calling a 14-year-old boy, I'm sure it
Yeah.
got awkward, right?
A 14-year-old boy's mom
Right.
saying,
South.
"Boy, wouldn't
Well,
it be
he was-
great?" Yeah, from
he's
the South. He's from Memphis,
here.
Millington. Yeah, calling her, going, "Hey,
And he's
could
a
your
suit-
son come live with me in Orlando?"
He's a super like mama's
weird.
boy too.
Weird.
And it's
right?
also
Do you remember?
Orlando.
Do you remember that
Yeah.
episode of fucking MT or Punked?
Oh, yeah.
where they pretended like his
Oh,
house.
yeah,
got
it was one of the
repossessed
first
or whatever?
ones.
Oh,
It was one of the
so
first
good.
ones.
But you knew, like, to be honest, that's when I became a fan of JT in the first place. Like, oh, this dude really is a normal dude, little kid that loves his mom.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, Justin's a really good guy.
Yeah,
He's
everybody
like-
says that. Yeah.
He's one of the greatest. Like, he's my little brother. And I always tell people, I'm like, you know what it's like to feel like you're like Mozart's older brother?
Yeah.
Nobody talks about me, but at the same time, you're like, Mozart still goes, hey, what do you think of this one? Is that cool? And you're like, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. You know?
It's like Jamie Foxx calling you up, like, hey, do you think the stuff I've been doing is good? You're like,
Who's
"All
Jamie
right."
Foxx?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I think he and
Exactly.
JT are the most talented dudes in entertainment.
Bruno Mars?
No, I hate
Bruno Mars. Have you seen him?
Why do
ever?
we hate Bruno Mars?
I don't hate him. Have you
Hold
seen
on, hold
Bruno
on.
Mars?
Oh, it's because he's Hawaiian?
I do.
You guys have something against... You know that's a state, right?
I
That's still in the
understand
United
it's
States.
part of us, and I get it.
All right, relax.
I'm on a flight with him.
Oh,
from
here we go.
Vegas
Here
to
we go.
LA, right?
You went up and said, hey, do you know who I am? And he said no.
Sure didn't.
And you got furious.
Sure didn't. Sure didn't. Big veneers, all coked up, was real loud on the plane. It was on Southwest.
What was Bruno Mars doing?
He was doing coke.
Oh, I thought that was all right.
him.
Sorry.
Not me.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
No,
gotcha.
I appreciate that.
Gotcha.
Real loud on cocaine,
It's
big
fine.
veneers, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And the person I was with, it was like, "That's Bruno Mars." You know who Bruno Mars is? Like, I don't know who the fuck Bruno Mars is. And I was like, "Why is he on a Southwest flight?"
Well, you have to be kind of impressed with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was
If you're
later.
actually louder than the flight attendants on
Because
Southwest,
they've got a microphone.
because everybody knows Southwest Airlines, when you fly Southwest, they make their
God.
money off of just
They wanna
being weird.
sing a
Yeah.
song
They
or
want to
tell
say
you
the
a joke.
weirdest
Shut the
stuff.
fuck
They want
up.
to just be like, how funny would this be?
Bring me my fucking snack mix.
It's their time to shine.
Shut up.
They're
I will.
working on
I
a-
will
they're
have
working
to.
on a
I will have to
15-minute
like
set.
be careful though, because I have a Southwest card because I'm trying to
Same,
get
yeah,
my
same.
wife on a buddy pass.
Oh, no
and, you
shit.
know.
Companion
Yeah,
pass. Yeah, I
okay.
got the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, except
that's
that's
true
shit.
story. True story. A few years ago, I was out with Justin, and I told him, I'm like, yeah, my wife and I flew out here Southwest. It was so easy. Whatever. He goes, oh man, Southwest. I hate when you give those. They give you those numbers, and you have to stand up there with those numbers. And I was like, yeah, Justin, that was like 20 years ago. They don't do that on Southwest anymore. I don't even know if he knows like Southwest is still really an airlines.
No, he's been flying private for years now. At this point, he didn't give a shit.
He flies me private. He's like, hey, come meet me at so-and-so. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to get a plane. He goes, no, I'm going to send a plane. And I'm like, no, I don't trust your private jets.
Yeah.
Never
He's ready to
trust
go down.
private.
Are they from Saudi Arabia or something?
Does he want to kill you?
Nailed it.
You think he wants?
Which
he
ones,
wants
the
to kill
Saudi
No,
people
I know
or
Levin.
Justin?
You? Both.
I'm
I can see
pretty
Justin
sure
joining Liv
everybody
later
wants
on.
to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, I live day to day with
Look, just
like,
because you're paranoid
gun
doesn't
underneath
mean they're
my
not trying
pillow,
to get
just
you.
making sure.
No shit.
Yeah,
What
it's
do
all
you got
right.
underneath there?
It's all right. Well, it's like a, I mean, it's
Glock?
it's like a BB gun,
Okay.
but I've filed down the orange end of it, so people
He's got
get
a crossbow
really threatened
tucked
by
down
it.
the front of his shorts there.
Yeah.
They get nervous. They
Oh,
get
you have no
nervous.
idea. You put one in their eyeball, they don't mess with you ever again.
Guess what? They're wearing
I'm
an
just
eye
a really
patch.
good shot.
Goddamn right you are. Goddamn right you are. Rihanna's doing the Super Bowl. That got announced this morning.
I know. I heard.
Are you jealous
That's
that
awesome.
you never got to do the Super Bowl?
Okay, if you did your research, you would know we already did.
Did you?
But that's
Because all
fine.
I saw was Justin. And I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well,
when
no,
pulled
he
the
did it
thing
by
off,
himself
that's
too.
it.
He did him. Yeah. Oh no, Justin's done it 3 times.
Has
Wait,
he really?
do you remember? We were just talking about this yesterday. The one with Aerosmith, Justin Brittany, and all those people. That
It wasn't. He was in a band back then. Did you know that?
I thought you guys. Were
No.
the
Did
year
you know
after that.
Justin was in a band?
I
no,
didn't know that.
no
Yeah.
idea. No idea.
I
Yeah,
thought
it was called the
When did you
Jackson
do
5.
I thought that was solo that year, and the next year you guys did the.
No, we did Aerosmith,
Yeah,
me, and Justin
in that order.
in a band. We didn't call ourselves Chris and Justin. We actually called ourselves NSYNC, which was
Yeah.
our band.
But that wasn't the one he.
Yeah,
really,
it was legend. No, not the one where he ripped the thing
titty
out.
out.
No, that was
No, it
Janet.
wasn't
That was
where he
Janet.
ripped
No,
the
that's
titty
Janet.
out, though.
What?
When did you guys do the Super Bowl?
That sounds weird.
2002.
I don't know. 2001, Giants,
Yeah, it was-
Ravens. I'm not sure exactly. Tampa Stadium, somewhere around then. Maybe if you had Google on your
I'll be
iPhone
honest, I
too.
was so young back then. I didn't know, dude. I didn't know. I wasn't alive.
You were
back
so
then.
young back then.
I wasn't alive back then.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, born in 2002. A lot of people don't know that, so I missed that, and I apologize. You know?
No,
You get to see
seriously,
Elvis.
seriously. What year were you born?
I was born way before that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, it's so 2002.
I was like, because if you're saying 2002, God has been really mean to you, bro.
2002 was the last year he was happy. So
If you would have
that's-
said like the 60s, I would have been like, okay, you look pretty good for your age.
That's what we say on the show all the time. But to be honest, during that point, it was blackout during the Super Bowl. We didn't watch the halftime show or care about it as much as we do today. Right?
Yeah,
did.
we made them. MTV made that happen.
Correct.
That was the year that the Super Bowl halftime really. So
That
that's
was
why every
wild,
time somebody
man.
does a Super Bowl halftime, they're like, "Oh, not as good as that one." I'm like, "Yeah, well, it was because we didn't even have Twitter then."
Yep.
So it's like stuff was way different. Now they've got cameras and they
Yeah.
can do cool stuff. Yeah, but Justin did it a couple years ago.
Yep.
Justin did it with Janet.
What was
He
that,
did, yes,
2013 or some shit?
Yep.
All right,
year
well, a
was
couple
that?
years ago for me could be
No,
like
I mean, the one where he ripped
But
the
that's
titty
the way
out.
we feel, too. When he ripped
What
the
are you
titty
talking
out,
about?
was
I thought you were
15, 20 years ago.
2002.
Barely born.
Barely
alive
born.
back then. Fetus.
Yeah.
I was a fetus then.
You saw that and you were like, that's what I eat.
Yes.
I love boobs.
100%.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I knew that, right?
Yeah.
And after that, I've been looking for a nipple piercing place ever since.
Oh.
Unsuccessful.
I did that. Well, They're every. Okay, first of all, that's the most weird thing I've ever heard.
Did you
know where to
seeing
get tattoos?
Yes, but did you see hers?
What?
It was a whole goddamn Asian plate that was around her titty.
Yeah,
that
but
was the biggest.
Only
nipple
one
piercing I've
part
ever
goes
seen.
through the nipple.
I didn't see anything.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No, I'm an innocent boy.
What
I
are you,
didn't
fucking
see.
Colonel Kurtz over
Yep.
here
My
now?
God,
You're right.
dude. Unbelievably
You're right.
Nothing.
But
You're
it was the
I see nothing. Colonel Clink.
Clink, yeah. that's
Colonel
right.
Kurtz. Colonel
Kurtz is
Clink.
from fucking
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah.
I got you.
and Apocalypse Now, but at the bottom,
What?
the size of this can, yeah,
It was pretty big, yeah.
It was big, and it was on the end of her nipple, and it was one of those things that lived in my mind forever, right? But I couldn't tell you who did the Super Bowls during all that point because we didn't have social media. Now everybody gives a shit. They judge every single second of it. And when Rihanna got announced, people went ballistic.
Right. In
And
a
it
good
makes
way.
you go
Like,
back.
Rihanna,
Oh, yes. Everybody loves Rihanna.
Rihanna seems like a pretty natural fit for the Super Bowl, though,
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's.
plays
I mean,
fucking party music.
there's so many bands, and they've done a great job with getting cool acts. But the funniest thing I ever saw was like, you watch a football game and you hear like "We Will Rock You," you hear White Stripes, you hear all these bands. None of them have been asked to do the Super Bowl.
No.
But that's all you hear at NFL games.
Yes.
So why wouldn't they want to do them? Oh, because the game's not going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do "We Will Rock You."
I want a full death
Or
metal. I want a
bang,
death
bang,
metal
bang,
Super
bang.
Bowl, the whole thing.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. So when
let
when
Lamb,
got
let Lamb
announced-
of God play the goddamn Super Bowl.
No, when she got
Lamb
announced,
of God. Well, let's get crazy.
Yeah.
Just
There
fucking
will be
kill some
a
people.
great
Big circle
bunch of people
pit.
that will watch that, but I'm pretty sure there will be a greater bunch of people that will not watch
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. But actually, the big one was Metallica. So they were saying, hey, when do we get a metal band doing the halftime show? Metallica feels like the safest out there.
Probably,
The
yeah.
safest.
Well,
we
it's
had
Lamb of God, people are gonna
Aerosmith.
die. But Lamb of God, people are going to die.
Yeah.
Aerosmith, people aren't going to die for that shit. You know, he's 80 years old. Who gives a fuck? Lamb of God, people are still going to fucking die out there.
Got
They're
it.
going to do a circle pit in the middle of the field,
Got it.
and
Yeah.
it's
Green
not-
Day.
Yeah, Green Day would be good. Actually,
Green Day would be awesome.
boy.
I
You
think
think
a,
so?
a
Yeah.
combination of late '90s alt bands would be fun.
Yeah.
I think people
Blink
would like that.
182,
Yeah.
Green Day.
I hope you
Oh,
had the time of your life. Like
Nirvana.
that whole
no, I
shit.
don't know who sang that.
Maybe
one.
Yeah, that was Green
Nirvana,
Day.
maybe.
Okay, well, I
Green Day.
usually like it when it's in key.
We just saw. Can we start a new show where Chris just fucking roasts this piece of shit all the time? God
My
damn it,
voice
man.
is like 1,000 angels singing. Chris is hearing something weird. I think he might be deaf in his right ear.
What?
But that was pretty on pitch. Yeah, pretty on pitch. Would you go back?
You went
and
to
do
church with your grandparents, didn't you?
sure did.
You are crushing this psalm
I
right now,
sure
I will
did.
tell you. Keep it up. Sing louder. Sing louder. Get up to the front of the kids. They love this.
it? If you got asked, would you go back and do the Super Bowl?
Why the hell would they ask me to do the Super Bowl?
Why not? NSYNC
Well,
is
because I don't know
huge.
what the hell I would do.
NSYNC has been one of
Yeah,
the
sure,
biggest
NSYNC
pop
was huge.
institutions.
NSYNC was huge, but I was just in the band.
Right.
I didn't even sing the leads on that. I do it now, and people are like, "Oh, it's kind of the same," but not really. So if I did the Super Bowl, they would be like, "Yeah, definitely not the same." When you get like the fat background guy trying to do all the lead, is he trying to dance right now? I'm turning this off. Please tell me the USFL has something going on at the same time. This is ridiculous. I'm not even caring about my fantasy Super Bowl team anymore. Yeah, I'm so bad I made like fantasy football teams.
Yeah, you sure
That's
did.
horrible.
How's Joey doing? How's Joey doing?
Speaking of, no, he'll be here next week.
He's got
he
his.
really?
Yeah,
He's opening up more restaurants, right?
I don't know. He had a hot dog place.
Yeah.
His last name's Fat One.
Fats. What's it called? Fat ones. Yeah, fat ones.
Yeah, he's
right?
got fat. I was like, your name's Fatone. He goes, yeah, but I'm starting this new thing called Fat Ones. I'm like, Joey, listen, it's like wearing like horizontal stripes. We don't advertise.
You want to draw the
I mean, yeah, you want to do vertical stripes, not horizontal, because you know you got to hide this as much as you. I was growing a beard for the longest time because my face is hideous.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
So I was like, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You definitely know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Abe
you guys
does
look at
over
wait,
there.
what's up with your whole crew here?
It's all beards.
I'll bet
dude.
you're all really beautiful men, but you just got into the whole craft beers thing, and you were like, you know what?
Having a clean-shaven face is a sign of weakness.
Yeah?
in my opinion. Yeah,
Sure
Yeah,
is.
you want to fucking go?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
it's not
oh,
clean
yeah.
right now. It's not
No,
clean
you're
right
good.
now. Well,
clean
listen,
enough.
listen. Here's what. All right, clean enough.
Yeah, you're not gray.
Here's. Oh, I am.
Are you?
Yeah. Here's my
Color
problem. Here's my no.
Okay.
No, but I'm still gray. Here's my problem. I was in a boy band,
Yeah.
right? So used to get me out of so much shit because I don't say I like to fight. I like to get into arguments.
Sure.
I like to stand up for myself and like make people think twice about stereotypes or whatever.
Yeah.
So, squared up against a few guys, and then my line is, all right, so here's how this is going to go. Let's go outside. Let's fucking go, right?
Yeah.
We get in a fight, and you beat me. Guess what? You just kick the ass of a guy in a boy band.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a no-lose for you.
But if I beat you, that's it.
That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
You got to go home and tell your wife, yeah, this dude in this boy band just whooped my ass.
But I think the ultimate flex
And
for
he
you.
stood over the top of me and sang half of his catalog.
Exactly.
And he actually sang Backstreet Boys over me, which was
Yeah,
really
it was
weird.
right
Weird.
Yeah, and then I was like, what?
But
I was like-
I think the ultimate flex overall is you can tell everybody's wife that, hey, they used to masturbate to me. Like, I know your wife used to fucking masturbate to me. That was the whole thing.
Well, not me as much.
Yeah, somebody else in the band.
Yeah, maybe, but my band. That helps. I was involved in it somehow. I was probably on a puppet strings, like watching, which is really weird.
But how many times do you get that? Women come up to you and they're like, hey, dude, I used to think about you in high school, and that was amazing.
Well, normally they don't say it like that.
Really?
Like, yeah, they try to be a little more PC about it. They're like,
shit.
I had you all over my walls.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I was like,
Women are aggressive these days, especially moms. So usually they'll
especially
just
if they're
come out-
on like TikTok or something.
And they'll come out and just say it and be like, hey, man, I used to fuck you with my fingers, and that was a fun thing for me back in the day. So I'm surprised you don't get that all the
No,
time.
I don't know how I'd handle. Well, it depends. If
see,
my
here's what
wife's
you need to
standing
do.
next to me and they say
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
I'm kind of like,
for sure,
what? That's so weird. I can't. My wife's not. I'm like, well, like really? Did you like? No.
Really? Can you describe
You don't
it?
have any pictures
Describe
by
the-
any chance, do you?
Describe
like,
the
that's so
smell,
weird.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So it's like reverse cameo. You just get them to
Right.
send you videos of them
Right.
saying you want to see. Reverse
You know
cameo.
what?
Yeah.
Genius right
Yeah.
there.
Hey, look, I'm a fucking
Let's start.
entrepreneur,
Let's
dude. I'm
start
telling you.
this right now. Reverse cameo.
Yep. Everybody can go back in time. So you put all you guys.
No, it's not even back
But
in
some
time.
woman
This
pays
makes
you
sense.
$50 to send
Right.
you a video of
That's what I'm
her.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Something to think about for the
and
future.
then I could go home to my babe. I'm making money. Leave me alone. I'm
doing
not
this
just.
for the
I'm not doing
fucking
this for
family.
me. We're making money for the family.
You got that Cadillac Escalade because of this. So enjoy this fucking life.
Yeah.
Other than that, dude, we appreciate you being here.
Thanks for
You're
having me.
always fucking rad.
Thanks
dude.
for having me.
Always hilarious, always fun. I'm glad you're enjoying the money and just being rich and awesome.
Yeah, me
Dead
too.
serious now.
Me too.
That's
You'll know what
awesome.
it's like someday. It's
I hope
freaking
so.
awesome, dude.
I fucking if
I
the
will tell you.
seltzer sells, we're good to go. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
yours?
It
Yeah.
is. It
Yeah.
is. Sold out everywhere, and I'm sure it will be.
Is that why you have so many unopened boxes here? Like,
Well, that's for decoration.
oh, I
obviously,
got you. I
but
got you. It's probably not even full of real seltzer.
No, it's all water in there. Yeah. There it is. Grab one out. Have one on the show. Look at
You know,
that,
there's
dude.
actually cold ones.
It's
Seems
cold ones.
pretty solid.
It is.
right
It's
over
peach.
there.
Enjoy it, dude.
Just drink at room temperature.
Drink it and let us know. There you go. Boom. We have this Giorgio. Stop getting up, dude. Stop getting up. We appreciate. We got cold. Grab a cold one, Giorgio.
No, it's too
For
late. He
Christ's
already
sakes.
chugged the entire.
Did he
warm
chug
one.
the entire thing? Holy shit. Let's go. What do you think?
Shit. That's the worst drink I've ever drank in my entire life.
We're going to cut that part, obviously.
I'm just
It'll
kidding.
never end up in the show. It'll never end up in the show. You could say who killed fucking John Benet Ramsey. It'll never end up in the show after this.
All right.
Ever. Yeah.
Well, right after I drink another one of your shitty hard seltzers, I will tell you exactly who fucking killed John Benet Ramsey.
Because he knows. If anybody knows,
Yeah,
it's
do you
going to
know?
be him. Yeah.
Do you fucking know, dude?
Yeah, I know that was. I mean, actually,
It was
it
the
was all
dad.
right. I'm not gonna lie, it was good.
It's great. It's great.
It really is good.
Was it the dad? There it is. Was it the dad? The dad killed her.
We talked to Cyril Weck, the guy
We
that
talked to the guy who
did
did
the
the
autopsy.
autopsy. He said-
He thinks
he
it was
said-
a little brother and the parents covered up
Yeah.
for it. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like an
Oh, yeah.
accident. Which is totally unnecessary. You don't have to cover up for your 6-year-old if he accidentally kills his sister playing.
How often do you think about JBR?
First of all, again, if we go back to what we were talking about
MJ. Yeah.
with anagrams,
Yeah.
this just became really weird.
Sure did.
Yeah, like what kind of time were you spending
Yeah,
with her in the mid-90s?
You give her second place trophy?
She was a hell of a dancer. I sure did.
That was
When she
1996.
tipped the little cowboy hat, dude, that was me who handed her the trophy and said, "You're on your way." don't get strangled by your fucking dad. That's what I said to her. She didn't listen.
How far in trouble do you think I am at this point? Like now it's
where
like.
were you on J6? It looks like you might have been inside the stanchions. Did you take any selfies?
Oh yeah. I was like, wait. I forgot. The far right knows exact J6. That's what it's called.
Well, no.
Or is that the far left?
That's
either way.
Everybody's calling
So
it
you're
J6.
far left.
No, I'm not. They're calling it. They're doing a movie on it called J6.
Okay,
right now.
so
Adam
so
McKay is doing
when you and the other liberals get together and you guys all talk about stuff, you call it J6?
He's got
No.
a J6 tattoo on the small of his back.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a podium right next to it.
Sure is.
First of all, I'm just kidding. I make fun of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We don't give
The
a fuck.
right,
why we're-
left.
We don't give a shit at all.
Well, you got really defensive when I said you were in the left.
Well, yes.
I just said, oh, you were on the right. You're like, yeah, buddy. Well, is there? Hey, me and Cab's here.
Hell yeah.
Cab's here. Let's go. Going to the Capitol.
Papa John was on the right side of
If he
history.
had a gun,
Yeah.
he would have been firing it into the air.
Yeah,
the
you
entire
say
time.
you say you're a liberal, and
Like you
suddenly you
said,
get
yeah.
really mad, and it's like,
I don't. I
Really?
don't at all, no. Because I'll look at somebody like an AOC and say, all right, yes, I would take her to bed if I was single. You know?
all right,
I'm
I get
able
it.
to admit that.
I get it.
Dan doesn't.
No.
Dan will never say, hey, AOC is hot. I appreciate the
But I
bombs, and
wouldn't-
I'll get down on that.
All politicians are cunts.
He hates everybody. So, yeah.
this is why you and I should move to Canada.
We should move
No,
in
we
together,
should
at least.
let's run for office,
Yeah,
and we'll
in
call it
Canada.
the no. You can't call it no party because nobody likes to go to a no party.
Right,
They like
right.
a party.
Yeah.
Like what kind of party? What kind of party would your platform be? Like?
DMT.
What kind
American
of-
party.
It'd be DMT, probably.
Yeah, DMT party.
What's that mean?
We'll smoke
Smoke
DMT.
DMT.
Yeah.
What?
DMT.
Do you want to do some acid? And
What's DMT?
Oh, dude, it'll change
Dave
your whole
Matthews
brain.
tanned?
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
I wish.
No, it's not.
I wish. It's not
DM.
even close.
It's poison from a toad.
It is.
You lick toads?
Yeah.
I don't lick them. I smoke it out of a vape pen.
Smokes
Actually.
it out of
smoke
a-
toads?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You can smoke a toad.
Grind them up.
You've
Yeah.
smoked a toad?
Absolutely. Grind that toad up.
What do you
dude.
mean by smoked? Because we have like maybe back in the day when we said smoked something, it was
Same
like
as
way
this,
different.
except you're
It's-
doing it out
it's
of
a-
a
it's a vape pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little cartridge.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
it'll change your life.
See
Like
the
you'll go
universe.
back and see Jesus.
How many toads
dead
had to
relatives.
die so you could get a little buzz?
I'm not
86.
interested in toads.
86
I'm not gonna
toads.
lie.
Yeah,
had
you're
to
right.
die.
You're right.
Toads-
They just give you warts, apparently.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's
And you
all
can
they do.
burn those
Warts
off
and a
with
great
fucking-
buzz.
You can burn those off.
You really can. You really think. And again, through
It's
Christ,
like
anything is
calories.
possible.
It's in the Bible.
You look at warts like you look at calories. Hey, just
Correct,
burn
yeah.
them off.
Yep.
Burn them off.
Just work
I just
out
go to
well,
Lifetime 3 times a week. I got no warts.
None at all.
Burn
You're
'em
wa-
off.
You're wart free.
I'm wart free.
And a lot of people have said that about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they know me then. They definitely know me. But they haven't seen my golf hand.
No, they.
That's why I keep a glove on it at all times.
No, I
Might be
understand.
some
You
You
warts
got a
on
Morgan
there.
Freeman hand? It's all
You got a Morgan
paralyzed
Freeman
over
hand?
there.
It's dead.
No, I got like my mom used to tell me if you keep doing that, you're gonna get warts.
Really?
Oh, pounding off. Are you a lefty?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay.
So you-
Cheating with the other woman.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
No, I understand that.
talking about.
Fucking-
I understand that. You know, Morgan Freeman's whole arm is dead, right?
From a car wreck
He's
or
got a
some
whole
shit?
sleeve that
Yeah.
looks exactly like this.
He,
Friend.
he wears one of those like billiard sleeves
Yep.
that they fucking use to.
When's the last time you were like thinking, "Oh, there's Morgan Freeman. I wonder what his arm looks like." You just listen to his voice.
That's true, yeah.
He doesn't need to do anything but just talk.
I saw
He
it.
could tell my life story and everybody would buy it.
Usually, but I saw him at an award show, and it's like a stiff chub.
Oh, you went to an award show?
Yeah, I saw it. It was a.
Was it the
Chubbs.
Rosie O'Donnell special, or what was the
Stop
award
it,
you were
dude.
at?
R.I.P. to Rosie.
No,
she alive?
she's alive.
Oh,
She's alive.
she is. Okay.
She's like in her late 50s, maybe?
Well, R.I.P. Just
No,
in case.
Rosie was actually. I like Rosie. I was just asking if that's
She's
the show
funny
you
as
were
shit.
on.
No,
she
I
is
was
funny.
not on Rosie.
Oh.
It's a real live award show, but he showed up and he's got this. It's stiff.
What do you
like
mean a
this.
real live award show?
It was a real one.
Well, cool. What was it?
Live on air, Golden Globes, and he showed up and he had the arm. Like
You were at the
this.
Golden Globes?
Sure was.
How did you get an invite to the
He was
Golden
working.
Globes?
Oh boy.
He was working.
Oh boy.
He was a bartender at the
Oh, here we go, guys. I'm going to have to drop my knowledge. Did you Google me before you came on this show?
yeah. Did
I don't
you
know.
do any
You didn't
fucking
Google me
research?
because you didn't know we did a halftime show at the
Did you
Super
do
Bowl.
any fucking research?
You did a
God damn it.
halftime show at the Super Bowl. Sorry, I didn't know you had the Rosie O'Donnell Awards.
Wait, who won that? Who was the quarterback that year? For the
2001,
Ravens?
That would've been,
it was the Rams, right?
no,
Oh,
Ravens.
No, it was the
Ravens.
Giants and the
Ravens
Ravens.
won that one.
It would have been
Oh fuck! Who won
what's his
You don't
name?
even know.
Brad? No, not Brad
that? You don't
Johnson.
even know.
Tampa. What do you
Trent
mean?
Dilfer?
Trent Dilfer.
No, that's Tampa. Trent
No,
Dilfer.
Trent Dilfer was.
Who was
Ravens?
Yes, Trent
He's the
Dilfer.
one that won it because
Yeah.
they won it with Ray Lewis
right,
in the
yeah.
defense.
Yeah, you guys sang, got the fuck out of there, didn't even watch the game. it
I
sounds
watched
like.
the whole game.
Did you?
Yeah.
You don't even know who the quarterback was. This all
Well,
seems
no, I said I
suspect.
couldn't remember till you reminded me. I don't
Same with
remember.
you.
I don't remember a lot of things.
I don't either.
Actually, when I saw you walking up here, I was like, "This guy thinks he knows me, so I'm going to come over and do this radio show real quick." Pretended like we're friends and all that, and like now we're like best buds. And I'm
We
going to
are.
go away, and next year I'm going to be doing the same thing. Oh shit! There he is again. Oh yeah, hey. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at your guys like I've done this before, right? Like
You
this is-
have.
It's like deja vu. It's like Neo watching the black cat walk through the fucking background.
Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Chris Kirkpatrick, ladies and gentlemen, former boy bander. Now you're an adult band. What
I'm
is
a
it?
man bander.
You're a man bander.
yeah.
You're a man bander.
I'm a dad bander.
Sure are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a new dad band.
Why not?
We just come out for the first hour. We tell jokes.
Limp Bizkit
Oh.
did, by the way.
No, they're still
No, they-
crushing it.
Oh, dude, but he had a dad. What was it? Dad bod. What was the name of the last song? I mean, he's really leaned into it. He released a song called Dad Bod, and then he's doing the whole thing and doing a dad tour, by the way.
That makes sense.
Check it out.
Why aren't I on that?
Check it out. That's all I'm asking.
I'm in.
That's all I'm asking.
I'll just host it.
Yeah. Chris
MC?
Kirkpatrick, one
Yeah.
of the best in the biz. Love when you stop by. You're always fucking hilarious, dude.
Love you
And
guys.
It's great. Just a great
Thanks for
guest in
ruining my
general.
career once again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Best.
You're re-canceled. Cheers. Good luck out there today. Next up on the show, we got country superstar Randy Houser. But first, we got some sponsors that put the shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/drinking bros. Right now, you can get a brand new mattress and 2 amazing quality pillows for free. The pillows are just as good as the goddamn mattress. Also, when you use the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout, you can get 30% off everything in the entire store. If you want the mattress, the adjustable base, the sheets, the cover, the pillows, whatever your heart desires, put it in the carts, pop in the promo code Drinkin' Bros at checkout. You're good to go for 30% off. Also, they got 40% off that bundle package, dog. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together. It's got a remote control, USB ports, flashlights, you name it. So you can pop it up in a book mode, TV mode, everything else. Once you have it, you can't go back. I've had it for years. I love that goddamn thing. And at the bottom of the page when you check out, they get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest as long as you have decent credit there at ghostbed.com/drinking bros. And all the deals that I just said earlier are applicable with that. Go to ghostbed.com/drinking bros today. Get on it. Next up, sponsor-wise, we got policygenius.com/drinking bros. That is life insurance. Thank God I've got that in place right now because I might die today. We've had a lot of drinks out on the golf course today. Could be my last hours on this earth. Who cares? You know who cares? My wife and kids do. They're getting $5 million. Now, you at home should have a life insurance policy. Everybody thinks, hey, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to live forever. I'm not going to die. Who gives a shit? I can promise you, every single day on this earth is a gift. And you might die, so you might as well go to policygenius.com/drinking bros and check out life insurance plans. It's important, kids. I almost died last year. You know, I was out for goddamn 2 months on this shit. You should be getting it at home right now. Now, what they do there is compare the best life insurance policies there is across the internet, kind of like Kayak, and they put them together. They give you the best rates, and then you can decide what policy is best for you. I really can't stress this enough. Having life insurance is important. If you don't have it, and then all of a sudden, boom, you get in a car accident and you leave this earth, your family's going to be left with nothing. Put a little something in the bank so that way your wife and your kids and all that stuff is taken care of for the rest of your life. There, it's super easy. You type in all your info. They'll go and shop it for you, and then they'll call you and say, hey, here's the rates we have. What would you like to have? That's what Policy Genius does. Huge fan of these guys. Delco, I think Rob did it actually for his family. You have to. If
If you're a homeowner, you got some money, got a little cash in the bank, you got to take care of your family for the long run. Go to policygenius.com/drinkinbros today, and you'll get it. And again, with me, after today, well, let's face it, we all need a life insurance policy. Jeez, Ross, get it together today. Head to policygenius.com/drinkinbros to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you can save. Again, head to policygenius.com/drinkinbros to get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you can save. Last but not least, we got hardafseltzer.com. We are live in 93 stores in Tennessee. Some might even say we've had too much today. Maybe we have. Who cares? Who cares? It's a recession. We're raging, god damn it. Things are all going to shit. You might as well have an 8% seltzer to take you straight down the bottom with the rest of us, all right? Same price as a White Claw. Might as well double up, fam. Go to Tennessee. We're in 93 stores. We are sold out of the OG flavors. New flavors will be back in 2 weeks. You can order them right to your house. But in the meantime, go to hardafseltzer.com. Click on the store locator. They will take you to every store in Tennessee that has our product. Buy out what you can. If you're in Kentucky, go to Clarksville. If you're in Little Rock, Arkansas, hop on over to Memphis. If you're in North Alabama or North Georgia, head on up to Chattanooga. And then if you're in North Carolina, go on over to Knoxville. Buy out what you can. 12 packs are the same as White Claw, and we will be back online in 2 weeks with our new flavors, watermelon and pina colada. Let's go. Go to hardafseltzer.com today. You can say whatever you want on this show.
I'm just glad it's not hard ass fuck. Did we just do that?
I think we did, and we might have to rename the product. The good news is,
I don't know if we're gonna get that trademark.
It's only one more S. So who gives a shit? Welcome to the show. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. What a beautiful day we drew out here.
Gorgeous. You're one of the best in the business, dude.
Thank
on top
you,
of the world. How's everything going?
Everything's great. We've having the most crazy touring year we've had in many years. I mean, it's just been after the I call it the very unwelcome extended vacation that we had for a while. It's just been incredible. Everybody's been touring like crazy.
You guys are everywhere. Is it as are you? You're married.
Yeah.
How do you go on tour with a guy your size of this audience and stay faithful? I don't really get it.
You just do it. I mean, that's what you do when you get married.
It sure is, right?
That's what you do.
But there's so many women there. We do a lot of concerts and everything else, and it's crazy.
I mean, I had my years back in the day, but I've settled down,
You have?
Cool.
Yeah.
I just had a new baby 4 days ago. So
Congratulations.
Thank
I got
you.
a newborn as well. 3 months.
No kidding.
3
Very
months.
cool.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's my third.
My third, too.
Yeah.
Third boy.
But by the way, the reason why I asked that question,
it's
what I get whenever I leave.
What?
My wife is like, hey, dude, stay away from those college girls. I know you're going to that Tennessee-Florida game. I know better. And I was like, I love you. But it's crazy out there on the road, let alone being one of the biggest country stars on the planet.
Everybody behaves out, in our bunch. We've all been out there for so many years. It's, that much we hadn't seen or done.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's like, so we just kind of, everybody's pretty cool there.
Are you on tour right now?
Yeah.
What cities you guys hitting coming up?
Coming up next week or the week after next. I got a week and a half off because we just had a baby.
Yeah.
But we are going to Houston, San Antonio, somewhere else. Shit, I don't know.
Hell yeah, we're based out of Austin.
Are
you guys coming to Austin?
I think maybe towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Roll through. It's a great town. It's a blast.
Awesome.
It's a blast. College football-wise, who's your go-to team?
I don't give a shit.
Come on.
No, not one fuck.
Really?
NFL?
No, I was on the road whenever I was supposed to be going to college, so I just didn't care.
Smart. How many years were you on the road?
Since I was on the road 10 years before I moved to Nashville since I was 15 years old.
Oh, shit, dude.
And I've been here 20 years.
Who'd you look up to from the get-go?
Like George Strait was always a big one. Willie Nelson's my favorite of all.
Yeah.
Waylon.
We just saw Willie Nelson, by the way. A few months back. He's still out there every single night, dude.
Yeah, he's great.
At 90, is that something you want to do?
I probably will if I make it that long.
Yeah.
Start smoking 3-4 pounds of weed a day. I think that's what's keeping him young.
Well,
Gotta.
he doesn't really smoke anymore. He'll
That's
vape.
what I heard. Yeah, vaping,
but
it's
he
rough
doesn't.
on the lungs.
Yeah, he's his lungs are giving him hell.
He's still got it though.
He still got
sings.
it. You know the wild thing about it is his son actually sounds like him.
Yeah.
And his son is doing a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
Is your newborn, is it his son?
Yeah, all boys. I can't shoot the nuts off of them apparently.
But then all you got to do is teach him your catalog and you're good to go.
We'll see.
You got to keep it in the family. That way the residuals keep going through the family.
Yeah, man.
And you pass off all the hit songs.
I got 3 of them. We might triple this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I know you got a lot of golf to play here.
We gotta get.
Tell everybody about the new album.
New album is called Note to Self. It comes out November 11th. 11/11. Just check it out. Stream it.
Hell
Tell
yeah,
your
man.
friends about it. It's a good
It's
album.
Veterans Day, by the way.
It is.
Veterans Day is 11/11.
It is, yes.
No
Yes,
shit.
sir. He's a
Well,
veteran.
that's awesome,
Yeah,
man. Well,
yeah.
thank you for your service,
Yeah, man.
brother. Very cool.
And thank you for doing Rob's charity.
I did
it's
it
a
last
huge
year.
deal.
It's so fun, dude.
Blast.
All
dude.
good dudes and just good people. We're having a blast.
The after party, by the way, gets wild.
Oh yeah, I did it last year. I didn't go home, which I probably won't deny.
No, dude. I think we slept downstairs on the bench in the clubhouse. So you're welcome.
Thank you, brother. I gotta go.
Best of luck today. Absolutely, man. Cheers. Yeah. Randy Hauser, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Meghan Patrick is here. Country superstar, damn it. And a hell of a golfer. I saw you on the practice range earlier, and I was like, holy shit. Look at her go, dude. That's a hidden talent. How long have you been playing golf?
I like to hit things.
You like to hit things. We'll get to that, Meghan. We'll get to that.
I picked it up like at the beginning of the pandemic. I mean, I grew up in Canada. There's only so many months a year you can play golf, and then I moved here, and the pandemic happened, and I needed a hobby. So
Thank God you moved here before the pandemic happened.
yes, thank God.
You guys would have been locked inside for about 50 years up in Canada.
It's a bad situation there.
It is.
Yeah.
Dan talks about it all the time, in particular with the truckers. Where were you at in that whole sitch?
I mean, I stayed in Nashville. I did post a video in support of the convoy. I got a lot of shit for it.
From
But
Canadians?
actually, the Canadians, like most of the response I got was in support and saying thank you so much for using your voice. And I mean, I use my platform for music. That's how I built it. It's what I built it for. But that was just a situation where I saw my country just falling apart, and my family was there, and I just thought it was wrong, and so I felt like I just had to speak out on it in support of it. I didn't like what the Prime Minister was saying about our citizens and causing all this division and this hatred. It was not based in fact.
Yeah,
so
that guy's a real cunt.
Yeah.
you said it, brother.
I sure did.
He's never been shy about it. What's weird to me is Trudeau just keeps getting reelected. Why?
Yeah.
It's because he's Fidel Castro's son, right? So there's a lot of global power behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
Yep. I don't know what I just got myself into.
Well,
but-
welcome to Drinkin' Bros, Meghan. That's
No,
what we do here, and I apologize.
Hey, no,
but-
you're good. No, I love my country. I'm a dual citizen. I love both my countries.
Yep.
I love Canada. I love America. I've been grateful and blessed to live in both countries.
Well, do you
and-
guys want to apologize for burning down the fucking White House back in the early 19th century? Go ahead.
I was unalive then, so I
don't
can't speak for
think
that.
that's a-
It's fine. It's fine. I don't apologize for shit past like 10 years. 10 years
fair.
is my rule where it's like, look,
fair.
if it happened in the last 10 years, fuck it.
It's a statute of limitations. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's fair.
Oh.
We're good to go on that. New song for you, My Left Hand. Look, I'm seeing a glove on that left hand
Yeah,
right now.
is this a shout out to Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yes.
My Left Foot. He won an Oscar for that
Are you
movie.
slapping people with your left hand? What are you doing with that left hand?
I mean, I do have a mean left hook. I'm not gonna lie.
do you really?
Yes, I do. I take boxing classes.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I like to know that I can defend myself.
I get it. By the way, song's amazing.
Thank you.
Everything's on the up right now. Is it crazy for you seeing all this happen?
I mean, I just am very grateful. You know, unfortunately, the timing of the pandemic, I had just signed my record deal here and was just starting to get some traction here, and then the pandemic happened and kind of put the brakes on everything. But I've been in the studio, and I've got some new music, and we're coming out of the gate guns blazing at the top of next year.
You took that glove off to explain something, but you skipped it. So let's go ahead
sorry.
And
yes, I am engaged. I'm going to be married in almost like less than a month.
And
congratulations.
That's what my left hand was about.
Diamond there?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that look.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not really like a big sparkly white diamond kind of girl. I wanted something that
Yeah, but
felt
you want
like
it to
me.
be a blood diamond, right? Like you want to know somebody suffered behind that.
Sure did.
Sure.
If it doesn't show up with a child's hand chopped off,
You guys
ripping
are
it-
my publicist's nightmare.
Oh, yeah, 100%. We're every publicist's
You can give
nightmare.
him my email address. He can file a fucking complaint. How about that?
We wanted your husband to open up a box and it's a child's hand holding the blood diamonds. You bring me the diamond. You
That's
bring me
dark.
the diamond.
That's
like,
dark.
That's what I want to see.
That's
Is
dark.
it dark?
It's dark.
Yeah, the hand is dark, obviously, because of the region. But when's the marriage? What does the lucky man do?
He is an artist as well, Mitchell
Is he?
Tenpenny. Yep, he just had actually 2 number 1s in 3 weeks and broke a record. So
Damn,
Also,
dude.
yeah,
country music.
I fucked that guy. What?
You want to run that back?
Oh, sorry, was I not supposed to say?
No, you
Fuck
can say
that guy.
whatever you
No,
want,
it's
yeah.
great. You should be proud of who you're fucking. I wish my wife said that.
I'm very proud,
That's
yeah.
Ross Patterson, New York Times best-selling author. I fucked that guy.
Do you
It'd be great.
did you go to the award show and be like, hey, this dude's been straight up cream pieing me for like 3 years now?
Yeah.
Every fucking day.
I mean, I didn't get that into detail, but
Well, you should go into more detail. The fans like it.
Fans love
They
it.
want to connect with you on a one-to-one basis.
Goddamn right they do.
Tell
got
your
some
fucking
Pit
publicist that
Vipers
shit.
on. Tell your publicist that. It's amazing. Do you guys
I don't
tour
even
together?
have it. We have actually. We did go on tour together with Old Dominion at the beginning of 2020 before everything went
That
to
would
shit.
be like, because being on separate tour schedules, you're never gonna fucking see each other.
Yeah, it is.
Especially
it is
right
a
now,
lot.
where you're doing
Yep.
like everybody's trying to catch up from the last 2
Yeah.
years. You're doing like 2 major tours a year at this point.
Yeah,
right?
this year was crazy. We've barely seen each other, but you know what? That's how we started our relationship. We both made it very clear. I'm super focused on my career. You're focused on yours. We're both gonna like give our 100%, and we'll see each other when we can, and we trust each other, and like he's happy when I'm happy, and vice versa, and we're both happy when we're working. So we just make it work.
Well, look, being in Hollywood for years and years and years, I can tell you this. If you guys are working together, because I work with my wife as well. We also host another show together. It makes life easier, and you're also rooting for each other at the same
Yeah.
time. I would highly recommend it if you can
Yeah,
stay on
10
tour
out of 10.
together. Because if you look at, arguably the most successful country.
Jay-Z and Beyonce, yeah.
Well, Jay-Z and Beyonce, but country-wise, you got to go Tim McGraw.
Oh, we'll do it.
Faith Hill.
For sure, we'll do it.
That's what you need. Yeah.
I mean, when the time is right, we'll do that for sure. I think one of the things that I loved about Mitchell that he understood was that it was really important for me to make my own way when I came to America. I came from Canada where I had a lot of success and I'd done really well, and it was really important for me to come to America and make my own path and make my own way and kind of do it on my own outside of him.
Well, maybe
And-
Taylor Sheridan will put you guys in a fucking TV series.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
What was it going to be, 1965 or some shit?
No, I think they're shooting 1932. They'll get to the
Yeah.
60s eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just going to be a bunch of fucking hippies.
personally,
in
like, I
Montana.
would love to be like in the 80s and like an 80s like
just
hair
doing
metal band.
cocaine.
Personally,
Hell yeah,
like
dude.
I feel like I could crush that role.
Montana doing cocaine every fucking
I mean,
day.
I would crush that role. I think
God,
personally
dude, slick your hair back
with my flying V. I mean, it'd be insane.
And he'll do it. Ryan Bingham's in Yellowstone. Hell of a country artist
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
great.
I just
My
saw
girl
him-
Lainey Wilson.
Isn't it weird how everybody figured like Ryan Bingham's been around for a long time.
Yep.
And he just played one song on a fucking TV show, and everyone's like, "Oh, look, it's like that cranberry juice dude making."
Oh yeah, with the skateboard.
Dreams, yeah.
Oh man,
That's all you need. And with
Yeah.
Ryan, I just saw him open up for Chris Stapleton in Austin, Texas. We live in Austin. And I just saw him open up for him, and literally the ladies came out for him. I mean, you would have thought he was the fucking
he's a
opener.
pretty man. He's got a pretty voice.
Sure
He
is.
is a pretty
I
man.
don't know what
Yeah.
to fucking tell you.
Sure
Yeah.
is. Don't say it too much. Your husband's going to listen
No,
to this.
she
Oh,
already-
he's
she-
fine.
she
He's a
spoke
secure man.
Quite
Is
a bit.
he?
He has to be to date me.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Bingham's like 110 soaking wet. You're good.
I mean, I could take him. Like, I could take him. I could take him.
With your left hand, you're good to go.
That's right. That's right.
That's what the song's actually about. Her.
That's what it's actually about. Yeah, there is actually a line there that says, and it can throw a good punch when I'm seeing red. So it's actually in the song.
It is. It's a fantastic song.
Thank you.
It's cool to see somebody on the come up in the trajectory you're on right before it explodes, because I think you're one of the people who will actually do it. And
Thank you.
I'm excited for your career, for real.
Thank you. I'm excited too. I mean, I'm a hard worker. I may not always be the most talented person in the room, but I will outwork everybody if I can help it.
And that's what it takes.
And I believe like I stay true to myself. I love my fans and like they're my people, and I just want to make songs that they love.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, we're super amped to have you on the show. What are you shooting out here today? Be real.
Oh God. You know what? I've done not bad. We've hit off a couple of my drives. I've made 2 putts that literally stopped right at the cup.
Okay.
That
you guys
that
playing a best
was
ball?
rough.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, we're playing a scramble. Yeah. But there's been a lot of shots, so I feel the game is disintegrating a little on our team right now. But we're gonna try and rally here.
So it's like that's how it goes, right?
Nothing you can do about it.
What can you do, right?
Unfortunately, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Just Meg Patrick Music on Instagram and Twitter, and I think TikTok. It's just Meghan Patrick, Meghan with an H, Meghan, everywhere that you do things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do
all
things.
the things. I'm on all the things.
iTunes,
Yeah.
Spotify,
All of
Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
Yeah, do it.
Your new song is fantastic.
Thank you.
Looking forward to the new album. Thanks for stopping by Drinkin' Bros today. We
My
appreciate it.
pleasure.
All
Good
right.
talking with you guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Yeah, kids, we got Matt Cassel here. My God, you're handsome.
You know what? Thank you. I've been working on that, and I take care of my skin and all that. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that what you do?
No, I don't do
What
anything.
is it?
Are you kidding me? All these women, they go out there, they wash their faces at night, do all
Sure.
that stuff, but not for me. You know,
Not for you.
Not for me. Not for
It's
me.
unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm lucky.
My God.
I'm lucky with some jeans.
A gajillionaire who looks this good. It's almost unfair. It should be the ugly people who have the most money, and instead it's you, dude.
Hey.
And like it's amazing. You were a Pro Bowler, played with obviously the Patriots and the Chiefs and all that stuff.
Yeah, just keep going. There's a laundry list of them. I think it's
Tons
7.
after
Yeah,
that.
7. Yeah.
7.
Yeah, but
those
then
are
you get
the
a lot of free jerseys then, right?
Yeah, you know
gotta-
what? I did get some jerseys, and
Yeah.
now I'm trying to hold on to them. I've got 5 kids, so I'm trying to pass them down after a little while and do all that stuff. And I'm like, hey, I can't give you guys any more jerseys. I
5
kept running
kids.
out.
You Catholic?
Huh?
What's going on there?
Well, you know what? I just didn't figure it out. After the 5th kid, I talked to the doctor, and I was able to go in there and get myself fixed. And,
well, pull
we're
it
good
out
to
of
go.
you.
You got a
that's-
V-set?
Yeah, thanks. Huh? Yeah,
You got a
yeah.
V-set?
I had
Yeah.
to. No, I just actually got a 2-for-1 with the dog. Just got neutered.
A BOGO. You
Yeah,
got a BOGO.
I said take him off.
My
What do
wife
you mean?
wants me to get one. So
Yeah.
we have 3, and she's like, bro, I'm all done.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe you should tie up. I still want the power in my penis at 76
See-
to drop a seed in a baby like Mick
That's
Jagger.
right. That's right. I mean, you think about that, but I was like, okay, I think it's time. 5's good.
5 is
dog.
good.
Yeah.
Five,
we're good.
5 is fine. I'm going to stop at 3, I think.
Yeah.
It depends on how many hard AF seltzers I have.
Yeah,
'Cause these
you're-
are 8%. And I don't know what's going to happen.
It could happen tonight, actually. It could happen tonight if you're lucky enough. I don't know if your wife's going to want to talk to you after.
Well, she's in another city.
Probably
so.
not. She doesn't even want that phone call. Do you still watch the NFL?
I do. You know what? I cover the NFL. I work with NBC Sports Boston and do commentating work with them. I do a pregame, postgame show, and then I work with a group called 33rd Team. So I do.
Oh yeah.
I'm an analyst and
you guys
talking head now. And
You live
do
up
all
there
that.
still?
We live here in Nashville.
Oh, you
We
live in
do.
Nashville.
We
Okay.
do, yeah.
Yeah, the reason I ask, we host a sports show. Brian Urlacher is our co-host on the sports show.
Cool.
And a lot of people, once they're out of the NFL, don't watch it anymore. And it's unexplainable, is it seems like they had a negative experience with it, and they were like, dude, I just can't do this anymore.
Some guys, I think it's a difficult transition for every guy that leaves the league, especially, for me, it was after 14 years where you do something for that long, and then all of a sudden you leave, and you're not in the trenches, and you're not in the locker room anymore, and you miss it. And so some guys, I think that's what turns them off, is like they miss it too much. And then other guys maybe had a negative experience how it all ended. It didn't end on their terms. But you know what? I still enjoy the game. And how do you not enjoy the NFL season right now with what's going on with some of these weeks, some of these games? It's been
I 100% agree.
It's been awesome.
Super interesting so far, right?
It has.
It's been fascinating.
So we had a matchup of potentially 2 of the best quarterbacks ever, maybe probably 2 of the best ever.
Right.
Aaron
And-
Rodgers and Tom Brady last
And the
night.
over-under on that game was, 45.5, and I
Sure
think they
was.
scored 28 points.
Yeah, it was
Or
a
26.
I knew it was going to be a defensive battle.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you look at Tampa Bay and how they're banged up at the wide receiver position, Mike Evans being out, and then you
Godwin,
look at,
Julio
yeah,
Jones.
When
Godwin,
does Godwin
Julio
come
Jones.
back?
Godwin, they're talking about might be back this week, but I mean, he's been dealing with a
They
lot of
need
different
it.
stuff. Right, they need it. So they were. I knew that they're from a personnel standpoint, they're going to be a lot of 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets, and all that stuff. But then Green Bay's dealing with the youth youth movement, right? Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, those guys that just came in, they're trying to get them up to speed. But at least they've got enough of a run game and their defense is solid. So I figured that. But it was fun also, the games like Miami, Buffalo.
That was a great game.
Oh, yeah,
great game
yesterday.
man. I mean, because it was a statement game for Miami to go out. I mean, to be home, to win against a team like that. And the crazy part was just, Josh Allen. He's incredible, right? 400 yards passing. I think he had 2 or 3 TDs. And then they had 90 plays in the game, and Miami only has 43, and Miami comes out on top. It was pretty cool to see. I can't believe they let Tua back in the game, though.
Me neither.
Yeah, there's an
scary,
investigation going on now about that from the PA. Yeah. I don't know how that's going to go, but I thought the protocol was handled from outside of the stadium. Right,
they have spotters.
You
got spotters. It's changed dramatically since when I first came in the league. And
so what happened? Like, the Dolphins don't have a whole lot of leeway there, do they?
Yeah,
like New York can call and say, "Hey, take him out."
Right, they can call, say, take him out. He goes into the protocol where he goes in the tent. They do all the testing and all that stuff. They said, I heard after the game it was a back injury, but normally you just don't fall over like that. And the way that he hit his head, it's scary, And you're always thinking about nowadays more so than ever before. You're protective over those guys. You don't want to see anybody go back out and get hurt. But that looked like it was pretty scary.
Well, let's talk about Miami for a sec, because everybody so far this year, even before the season started, I think a lot of people are on Buffalo is the best team in the NFL right now.
I was
especially
one of them.
After week 1, the way Von Miller played. You're like, all right, now this defense is complete, and they've got Allen and all these weapons, and then Miami comes in and beats them. Right? I mean, it's at home. Miami's a weird place to play, but still, if you beat the best team in the league, you got to get some juice, right? You got to be in the top 5 of the power rankings.
I mean, Miami did a tremendous job this offseason going out, picking up Tyreek Hill. They already had Jalen Waddle. They got Mike Gesicki. They solidified their offensive line with Armstead coming in from the Saints. Chase Edmonds, they went out and got a run. I mean, they are fully stacked offensively, and defensively, they've got one of the better secondaries in the league. And I think also they caught them at the right time, because Buffalo had some injuries, right? Poyer was out.
They had 5 guys on defense out.
From particularly in the
Micah
secondary.
Hyde's out for the year.
Micah Hyde was out for the year with the neck injury. Tre'Davious White's not out there yet. I mean, is that Tre'Davious White?
Yeah.
He hasn't played yet.
He hasn't played yet.
I think he's going to come back next week. He was questionable this week and didn't play, so he's
right. So they had some injuries in the secondary, which that's one of the things about the NFL. From week to week, your team and your roster changes dramatically, and you've always got to be able to adapt and overcome. And you say that, but when you lose good players and you lose guys, particularly in the secondary, when you're going up against a team like that and you got to stop a Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle, I mean, it becomes an issue. So, but I was impressed. Mike McDaniel's done a great job coming in, and I think just Tua, the way that he's played, he's showed a lot of mental fortitude over these first few weeks. I mean, there's a microscope on him.
A lot of people shit.
I'm one of them.
Since before he even came in the league.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody's watching him and critiquing and criticizing every which way. But last week, I think, was a big game for him.
Yeah.
To come back the way that he did. Because his first half, look, they were losing 28-3. He had 2 picks in the first half. Everybody's like, oh, God, here we go.
Yeah.
But then the way that they came back.
Multiple drives, putting that last throw right on the back shoulder, up high.
Four of the last drives were all touchdowns.
Beautiful.
I mean, it was great. So, and that's what they needed to see from him, the ability to come back in adverse situations, and that's the mark of a great quarterback.
I know Miami fans are excited about that because they haven't been really good for a while now.
A long time. And do you look at it as a former quarterback and say, if I had that kind of talent, I could have won 3 or 4 Super Bowls?
Hell yeah. You tell yourself that. Now, I don't know if it would come to fruition, but at the end of the day, you're like, you give me Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, those studs out there. You're going to make something happen if you can put the ball in their vicinity. And they're just that special and unique. Their skill sets are that unique where it makes you feel pretty good going out, pretty confident when you're a quarterback. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Last question for you. With Tom Brady still playing, tell everybody how hard it is at 45 years old to get up and try to attempt to do that every day.
I mean, I'm 40, and it's hard to get up to go take the kids to school sometimes. But, I mean, no, he does a remarkable job of taking care of himself. We've all heard the stories about his regimen, and he lives by it, right? Like, he takes care of himself. He eats right, does all that. But still, at 45, your body just doesn't heal the way that it used to do when you're 35, when you're 25, And so the fact that he's still playing at such a high level and his skill set really hasn't diminished is incredible, and it also speaks to his competitive nature, right? Like the guy,
he's keeping these games close without anybody to throw to,
right? Yeah. And also you think about their offensive line. They lost Ryan Jensen in camp. They're banged up on the offensive line. 3 different guys. I think, are playing at different positions than when they started. So, I mean, they've got a lot to overcome, and that's part of, like I said, it's part of the NFL. But at the end of the day, it's remarkable that he's still playing at the level that he is.
Well, the good news is it's a long season. Some of those guys can get healthy and come back. Jensen's a buddy of ours.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be back
9 or 10 week.
12. I'd say week 12.
Yeah. It's a long season, boys.
It's a long season, and people don't understand. And everybody on TV wants to jump for the hot thing now. We're 3 games in.
That's it.
Like,
nobody overreacts more than NFL commentators.
Exactly.
There's no doubt. I mean, from one week to the next, this team's going to be the Super Bowl team. This team's going to be the Super team. And at the end of the day, you're 3 games in, and it changes dramatically. The ebbs and flows of a season, also when you get hot and everything else that goes along with it. And so the teams that might be hot now, all of a sudden, and you've seen it like last year with the Cardinals, right? Where they were undefeated through 8 games, 9 games last year, and then all of a sudden they hit a downfall and then lost a ton of games down the stretch. So you never know, because the personality of your team changes, and also who you are as a unit. The teams start to figure out their strengths or weaknesses, what they do well, and they adapt. And so that's what the great part about NFL football is especially week 3. I mean, it's so early, but at the same time, it's giving you plenty of entertainment to watch and have fun with.
It's a blast. The ratings couldn't be higher, and you're in a great spot. Thank you for stopping by, and more importantly, thanks for supporting Rob O'Neill's charity. He's one of our best friends. His show is on our network, and it means a lot to him. Guys like you coming out, giving a Monday up out of your schedule, it means a lot, for real.
Yeah, it's an incredible opportunity, and I'm thankful for everybody out here, particularly the servicemen and women that serve our great country. And I always tell my kids constantly, like, anytime they see somebody in uniform or anybody that's part of our military, you go up and say thank you for your service, and because that's what we get the luxury of living this great life in this great country, and we have all of our privileges because of our military. So it's a fantastic organization, and I'm glad to be here to help support it.
Awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Thanks,
we
guys.
appreciate it. Matt Cassel, ladies and gentlemen. Don't bring him around your wives. Then it's going to get tricky. All right? I don't want my wife's not here for this reason right next to me.
But you got 3 kids, dude.
I got 3 kids, and it's fine, but she would still leave. Like, let's be honest. Get him out of here. We love you, man.
Hey,
Thanks,
absolutely,
buddy.
fellas. It's a pleasure.
Pleasure, man. Thank you. Oh, this one pains me today, kids. It pains me. Andy Levitre is here from the Atlanta Falcons. 28-3 game. My God, dude. My God. Why? Why, Andy?
Is the nightmare over yet?
No, it has never ended. I am still tagged to this day in 28-3 posts on Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I can't live it down. Obviously, the Falcons are my favorite team. You were on the field. I got to ask, why didn't you run the fucking ball, Andy?
Well, he wasn't the offensive coordinator.
Doesn't matter. He should have gotten his face and said, hey, Kyle, quit fucking us, dude. You're going to fuck a city, a whole nation. Run the ball. Why didn't you do it?
Nobody could hear me when I was talking on the field. I tried.
That's a lie. It's a lie. I was in the stadium. All the Patriots fans left. Marky Mark took his whole fucking family next to me. He's like, we're getting out of here and getting on the PJ. I don't want to see the end of Brady's career. And we all thought it was over. What was it like as a player? You're up 28-3. You guys appeared to be celebrating on the sidelines.
You know, it's hard. I feel like every time I wake up, I'm like, there's no way we lost that game, but I guess my ring would say otherwise.
Yeah, it sure would.
Yeah.
Sure would, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Because you're not wearing it. You're not wearing a little Falcons ring.
The NFC ring's nice, but, it would have been nice to have one of those.
It sure
bigger
would
ones.
have.
A little bit more diamonds.
A lot of diamonds.
Probably take up 3 knuckles worth of space there.
Easily. You know what Robert Kraft did for them?
Oh, I heard. I've heard all about it.
283 diamonds is what it did for those guys.
Yeah, but he was super happy post HJ, right? That's why he was in a good mood.
He probably was thinking about that while he was.
Yeah, for sure. It's like,
well, look, you go to a rub and tug, obviously it's going to change your whole vibe the rest of the day.
Let me ask you this: as you were guard, how much weight did you lose after the NFL? Because all of my buddies who are former, especially offensive line guys, they lose like 80 pounds.
Yeah, I wish that's kind of my goal. I kind of stalled at about 50, but I knew because I love to eat.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been trained from playing football, especially as an offensive lineman, to eat.
Yeah.
And so the transition into retirement was either, hey, you're either going to go way up or you can kind of discipline yourself and go down. So I went down, luckily, but I still got a couple more pounds there.
So you were one of the guys that struggled to eat to keep the weight on, because some of my buddies like really had to pack it in.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, they're like, man, I eat 5,000 calories a day.
Funny story, when I was in high school, I weighed 340 pounds.
Holy shit.
So I kind of hit my peak early.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of like, then I played college about 325. And then I played my whole NFL career about 305. And I think when I got to that 305 mark, I kind of hit that spot where I was like, okay, I can kind of just like eat whatever I want and still kind of maintain this weight. So I was one of the guys when you had to weigh in every Friday night or Friday morning.
Yeah.
I didn't have to go sit in the sauna and sweat out all my weight to make weight.
Right.
I could just kind of freely. They even kind of gave me like a 5-pound buffer. Like, hey, if you want to put on a couple extra pounds, that's all good.
Really?
Yeah.
At 340 though, you can't do missionary, right?
It's possible.
It's hard though. That's a lot of arm strength at that point, and then you're worried about killing the person underneath.
Yeah,
you.
I mean this. Yeah, it's
at this weight you're good. You can do all the things, reverse cowgirl, anything you want.
Yeah.
But back then at 340, man, that's a couple drinks away from like I might black out and kill this person underneath me.
It limits your options for
you
sure.
You got to be careful.
Yes.
Right? Just be a responsible person.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't want to have any legal issues against me. So.
No, and we don't want that,
Right.
So what are you up to now?
So I retired the 18-19 season.
Yep.
I tore my tricep, so I was recovering from surgery. And then my son was born. And about, when was that? Probably about a year, when he was about a year old, COVID hit.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like at home,
being a dad.
With being a dad.
Yeah.
Sure. I had my daughter who was about 2-ish at the time. So I was spending some time at home with the family, and then COVID hit. So I spent about 3 years, almost 3 years at home, and then I really got into real estate. I started investing while I was playing, and
smart.
So I figured during COVID I'd study and get my license. So I got my license out in California, and I'm licensed out in Tennessee as well.
You son of a bitch, dude.
Yeah.
California's real estate is through the roof. Texas, we're down in Texas. We're in Austin.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I love Texas.
Come down to Austin. You can make some real money there.
That's what I've been hearing.
My God, dude.
I know.
People don't realize, because we had a Drinkin' Bro on the show last week who just bought his first house, and we were talking about the pride and ownership and everything else, but also the financial windfall that comes with it, where you're investing in something. I think with the way recession is now and the way we're headed, real estate's probably your safest bet for the next 5 years. What would you say?
I love real estate. The more books I read on real estate and kind of the tax implications and the appreciation, and if you can buy and hold and rent it out, I mean, it seems like a no-brainer the more I read about it, and it just gets me more hyped to invest my money in real estate.
Yeah, I understand it, because we got a lot of guys, our producers in crypto and things like that, and it's like, man, I'm not real sure, and it's super volatile. Most of the people that have been on the show, and Dan and I have done, I think, 1,400 episodes at this point, real estate seems like the safest investment for the long term, and you actually own something as opposed to renting.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only illiquid asset that's never going to depreciate, ever. Like over the right amount of time.
Yeah, historically. For sure.
But I can't imagine how that would even happen. How would it depreciate?
I mean, as long as you don't panic sell, right? Like in the 08 crash, if you panicked and sold, then you lost. But if you held, I mean, you're sitting pretty good now.
Buy and hold is the way to move right now.
I mean, I put some money in crypto. I actually had some income from real estate that I put in crypto because it was just sitting in a money market account.
Sure.
And it went like 3x and within like 3 months. And I was like, dude, crypto's awesome. And I was like, I'm just going to ride this thing out. I want to 10x this thing. And then it tanked, and now I'm like, all right, now I just got to wait it out.
Well, at least you're not OBJ. At least you didn't fucking take your whole salary in crypto, and then it tanked 70%
exactly.
over 3 months.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Holy
That's got to be
shit.
brutal, yeah.
So you got a 3-year-old son now, 2 or 3?
I have a 3-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter.
So you're getting ready. You're about 2 years away from coaching him in sports. You looking forward to that shit? That's
we'll
all
see.
he does now.
I'm trying to figure out what sports. We're trying to get him in sports, but my son, we signed him up for soccer, and I'm pretty sure the first 3 games he just sat on the sideline and cried the whole time. So we were like, all right, let's try again next year.
3-year-old soccer is a complete fucking shit show.
Oh, dude,
you can't expect anything out of that.
You can't, dude. It's hurting cats. So I coach, Some would say I'm the greatest child soccer coach of all time. Whatever. I've won 3 championships. I'm on my way to a 4th this year.
Nice.
It is herding cats, and then it's dealing with parents. It's dealing with parents.
Right.
Because every parent has a crazy expectation that their child is going to be the next you.
And they're the best, yeah.
Right. They're going to be the next professional athlete, take care of the family and everything else. And it's like, no, it's not really how it works.
Right.
Not really how it works, especially if you're white in soccer. Not your sport, hombre.
Yeah.
Not your sport.
Not in America.
No, not America. And then you got to tell them and then deal with that. But it is fun, and the kids will remember it forever.
Oh, yeah.
My kid asked me to coach every year, so I do it. If he didn't, I wouldn't do it. But I can tell you this from a father perspective, it is worth it. They will never forget it, and I highly recommend it.
Okay. I don't know anything about soccer, which is why I think I played it for 1 year and then didn't play it. But, I mean, it'd be cool to coach.
It would be.
I don't think you need to know anything about soccer to coach it until, like, high school, probably, to be honest.
Probably.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
You're good younger-wise, right?
Right.
Now, Pee Wee football is where it gets hard. So we live in Texas.
Oh, it's big.
They take it seriously.
It's
there.
big.
Very
Yeah.
seriously.
They don't fuck
there.
around.
Yeah. And I think you would be great at that. What state are you currently living in?
Nashville. I'm in Nashville. I'm in
you're in
Tennessee.
Nashville.
Yeah.
Nashville's on the come up.
Okay.
Tennessee's on the come up.
It is.
Football wise, it's going to start getting aggressive there. I think you'd be great at that. But there's a lot of people. We had Brett Favre on the show a long time ago. He asked us for some welfare benefits. Totally kidding. To build a volleyball stadium.
Whoops.
But, whoopsies.
Hopefully you didn't spend that money.
Sorry, Brett.
He bought a bunch of Wranglers with it.
Yeah, I might be spending a couple years in the pokey, but
Hopefully not.
she was pretty good at volleyball, so some might say it's an investment. Well worth it. We'll see, right? But with that, he said kids should be in flag football up until 8th grade. They should not have any contact whatsoever. You played in the NFL. Do you agree?
You know, I think it's good for kids to get, development-wise with their bodies to kind of get to a healthy spot before they start beating themselves up. I mean, I didn't play until high school, so I kind of got lucky not to beat myself up at an early age. But I just think with the injury, especially as you get older, I'm sure the injury rate goes up higher and higher. But, you could have some kind of life-altering injuries.
Especially for offensive and defensive tackles and offensive linemen in general. Almost on every play, your bell's getting rung a little bit, right? Like almost every play. So it's like you want to limit that as much as you can to as late as possible.
I think it's wise, though, to you can gain some skill without, taking the physical part of it out.
Correct.
And ultimately the physical part of it will come if you want to keep going to the next level.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it's interesting as a parent to see the evolution of it because, and you'll see this as your kids get older, they really, really start leaning on flag football. And then there's kind of like a no-no land of like, but there's Pee Wee football. Do you want to have full contact? It's up to you. Do you want to be a pussy? It's kind of like when you go to Hooters and order the beers where they're like, oh, do you want the women? Do you want the lady beers? Or do you want the
tall boys?
The tall man beers.
22
Right.
Yeah. And they call it that. Like, oh, do you want the tall man beers? the aggressive man? Or do you want the beta beers?
Good marketing strategy.
It's great. And we always pick the tall one, obviously, because
Always.
you don't want to say it.
I do it because I'm an alcoholic. I don't respond to peer pressure, but I do respond to chemical dependency.
That's fair. Well, that makes sense. You should get that checked out.
He probably will. Probably will. Thanks for being here today. Rob O'Neill's one of our best friends. His show's on our network, and I know he greatly appreciates you guys giving a Monday up out of your schedule. I mean, because if you're Rob, why schedule this on a Monday? You got to be rich enough to have the Monday off, dude.
Hey, yeah. I mean, the most fun happens on Monday, so
sure
I'm here.
Does.
Yeah.
How many years you play total in the NFL?
10.
Oh, so you're good.
I got it.
You made the pension line.
I did. Yeah, I hit the cutoff line. Benefits maxed out. So
yeah.
And I happened to get hurt towards the end of my career, so it's kind of a.
Happened to get hurt? Did you do yourself?
No, I tore my tricep, man. I almost ripped it right off the bone.
Sure you did.
Yeah.
Sure you did. But it was right after 10, right? And your agent was like, "Hey, dude, you're fine."
9 and 10. I did it two times in a row.
God.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
That was the fast track to
That's
retirement.
a rough injury, right?
Yeah, that is a rough
I
injury.
mean, it was whatever. It felt like I just got something like a rubber band snapped in my elbow, but it wasn't like super painful or anything.
Okay.
It was just like, you can't use your arm anymore.
can't do shit.
And being an offensive lineman, if you can't use your arm, you're pretty
much done, but you made the full 10, you get a pension.
Yeah, I got my 10 in, and it was a struggle to make it there, and that was my ultimate goal, was to get 10. It wasn't an easy road, but I made it, and now
Awesome.
I had to worry about being able to play with my kids since I had, my son was about to be born too. So kind of
course.
a lot of factors went into that.
Yeah, a ton of it. And then, the good thing is you'll have your son one day and he'll be like, hey, Dad, I just watched the game on ESPN Classics. And it looks like you guys were up 28-3.
Yeah. I still get some text messages from some buddies every time they play that damn replay on.
Yep.
God.
I hear about it.
Hear over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I will never hear the end of it. Glad you were there. Wish you would have said something to Shanahan. But whatever. I digress.
Kyle's a good dude, man. I love Kyle. I'd do anything for that guy.
That's fine, but he made another Super Bowl and then also didn't run the ball up by 10 in the fourth quarter, and we saw what happened there. If you're Kyle, I think it's just one word, 3 letters, RUN, and I think it would change his life. Run, Kyle.
Run, Kyle, run.
Run, Kyle, run. It's almost like Forrest Gump, Just run, Kyle. Run the goddamn ball. We appreciate you being here. Thanks again, and cheers. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, guys, we got Andy Lang from Leatherwood Distillery here, a.k.a. the Fuckleheads, is who's on the show. But it's this one, right? It's this one. It's this one.
Yeah.
Why was it this finger, by the way?
Because it's the wrong finger.
It is.
Yeah.
Wrong
It's
middle
not
finger.
fuck you. I'm just stupid.
Of course, but how many times have you jammed that finger up something?
Something. Couple times.
Couple times.
Yeah.
Gonna
Couple
go ahead and
times,
Put
yeah,
that
yeah.
next to your mouth.
Yep. 3 inches.
You're
Got it.
so fucked up that you had it out here.
No, you're right.
You had it all the way out here. You were like, yo, dude, I'm good.
I felt a little gay, but whatever.
It's fine. We've been drinking Hard AF Seltzer all day. We've been drinking your booze all day. Tell everybody what we're about to do right now.
All right, so we mix some Leatherwood Distillery cocktails with Hard AF seltzers.
Yep.
I got the peach seltzer.
Yep.
With the Georgia peach moonshine.
Okay.
You got the jalapeno lemon.
Yep.
What do you got? No.
Strawberry shortcake?
Oh, strawberry shortcake.
Or the lemon. Is it the lemon?
No, it's
I think
strawberry
it's apple pie.
shortcake and apple pie.
Okay, perfect.
She's got the jalapeno lemon and the lemon lime.
There you go.
What do you got down there? Elderberry,
elderberry
and some blue raspberry.
Blue Raz, let's go. So when you said we were doing shots, because we've been next door to each other for the whole golf tournament today, what I wasn't expecting was to be hooked up with something that could shock my fucking life away.
Sounds awesome, bro.
Who's the lady behind you here that's going to shock us, and why? Why are we getting shocked today?
Yeah, why? What's going on?
What's going on there?
Why are we
on
getting
in.
shocked?
Pop on in.
We're with Molo Solutions.
Okay.
So we are a full truckload service. We were recently acquired by ArcFest. So ultimately, the goal is to get the drink from point A from the cup to your mouth, point B, right? Well, sometimes things happen. Things get a little crazy, get a little shaken up. Molo Solutions, we are going to make sure that everything is going to get there just smoothly.
Okay. We'll try it. We're all hooked up at this point.
There's no backing out now.
Yeah.
Not at all, and we'll see what happens. Do we go all at once, or do we go one at a time? One at a time. Okay, great.
2 at a time, since there's 2 of you hooked up.
Oh, two of us. Okay,
so
great.
and you?
Yeah.
All right.
Just make sure you have the right cord on the right side.
That's fine. I'll tell you what, we'll go twosies here. Me and him first, and then the two of them next. Simply for the camera
Boys
and
versus
our
girls.
audience, okay?
Versus
You ready?
girls.
Good.
Cheer.
We can put these down, right?
Who do you cheers to?
I'm going to cheers to the Drinkin Bros.
Okay, great.
Man, love
Great.
you guys. Let's do this.
I'm going to cheers to Nelson Mandela, because that's just what I always do. And he ended apartheid, and I like that, okay?
It's pretty squared away.
I like that. Cheers.
Yeah, it's good
Here you
shit.
go.
Cheers.
See you.
Let's see what
All right,
happens.
Perfect. Let's see what happens. Here we go.
What are we doing?
1, 2, 3. Let's go. God damn it. It was a little bit shocking, but I'll be honest, I'm super strong. You're very weak. That really shook right out of your hands, whereas I was able to power that down.
I felt it in my balls,
Still got to
bro.
use that microphone.
I felt
And
it in
I
my
know you
balls.
did.
It was awesome.
But my strength, oh my God, dude.
Was that on high?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
Nah, I thought
It really
That would be
was.
worse.
But it might be worse for them.
All right, good luck.
Who's your partner in crime that's doctoring these girls up? Who's that?
This is Nate Dick over
Nate. I'm sorry, Nate.
Nate Dick. Oh,
Nate Dick.
kick-ass name, dude.
Is that a real last name, Nate?
That's a real fuckle-headed name.
I would have changed that as a child.
That's a real fuckle-headed name.
Penis has a nice ring to it.
Hey, if you ever went to basic training, your life would be fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It would be terrible. You got a nice stash.
I can imagine high school was bad enough for him.
Oh,
honestly.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Poor Nate.
Dick.
Poor Nate Dick.
Poor Nate Dick.
Dick, every day a substitute
At least it's
teacher
not
was
Harry,
screaming out your name.
you know?
Well, we don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out later
Harry could be
tonight.
his
We've had
middle name.
enough drinks. Do you guys mind a shaded palm tree? I don't know. That's up to you guys. Turn it on. On the count of three, who are you guys cheersing to?
I'm cheersing to the Leatherwood fam.
There you go. To the
Yeah.
Leatherwood family.
And I'm cheersing to the Fucklewood fam.
Perfect. 1, 2, 3, go. Crank it. Oh, no. That is all over her. You did it. You powered through.
Nothing.
It's me and you.
Like nothing.
She's got it all over her parts there. Let's not show that
Right down
at
the titties.
all,
It's
or
cool.
do.
No,
It's great
it's good.
for ratings.
It's all good.
I mean,
It's all
that's
good.
Oh, man.
everywhere. I'm sorry. I apologize.
You really tested me there
it.
for a minute, but that was good.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
All right.
you control your hand.
Oh, is it me against
Immediately
her
like
for the
this.
championship?
Oh,
All
fuck.
right.
We gotta do this again.
Immediately
All right.
like this.
Yep. Swap seats with her. It'll be me and her for the championship.
Oh,
Let's go.
shit. Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
All right.
I'm ready to get loose here today.
Now we're going 2 on both arms.
We sure are.
yeah,
Are we
you're
going 2 on
doubling.
both arms?
Yeah.
I don't even. Will I be able to hold the microphone?
Here you go.
Will I be able to hold the microphone is the key.
Oh, we're going both arms. Crank
We're
it
going.
up
Let's go.
all
I'll
the
go both
way.
arms. Let's go.
Both arms.
You want to hook me up? Hook me up.
Let's go.
Yeah, hook me up. Let's go. I'll go both arms. See if I can hold the mic and the drink at the same time. Are you licensed to do any of this? Sure doesn't seem like it. Sure doesn't seem like it. No, and I get that. It seems like you might be out of a van in a strip mall, and that's what we're here for today. My God. It's me and you, dude. How do you feel?
Let's do.
How do you feel?
Hey, I feel good. I've been drinking all day.
Same here.
Whoa,
Same
okay
here.
Then. All
Let's
right.
go, dude.
Woo!
Let's fucking go.
All right.
Absolutely. We'll
I
do
can do
it.
that.
Let me know when you guys are ready, and then we'll go for it, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you ready?
I'm ready for my Leatherwood fam.
Yes, Leatherwood fam.
Yeah.
John Benet
All
Ramsey
the
on 3.
fuckleheads.
What? Just for JBR? Yes. There it is.
God.
There it is.
No, come on. No, God.
1, 2, 3, go.
I'm done. I'm done, bro. Just keep going.
God damn it, man. Shit. You can stop pressing the buttons. Fuck.
Press it again.
All good. All good. I'm stung the shit out of.
Woo!
Man. I felt like Michael J. Fox holding a chandelier. I didn't need any of that, dude. Yep. I'm turning right the fuck off right now. Turning right the fuck off right now.
Oh,
God damn
you
it.
got some employees on your back now.
I sure do. I sure do. I'm all good, I think.
Yeah, he didn't even finish
done.
it. He didn't even finish it. What is this?
Got a little sippy left. Got a little tiny sip.
Look, the fucking shock beats of it, man. Oh. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. I just keep saying cheers. Show me the blueprints. Like DiCaprio in The Aviator. Now's the point in the show. We get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. I'm going to give it to Giorgio and Delco Dan. You guys were excellent today out on the golf course. It's been an absolute blast. Cheers to Rob O'Neill and the special operators. Transition Foundation. And I know it because we're sober. And I obviously know that. We've been here all day. We've been partying. Who cares? I get to host a thing tonight.
Yeah.
Not going to go well. Not going to go. Or really well. Who knows?
It's
We
gonna go really
appreciate
well.
you being here for D'Anthony Holloway. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.